already got one, but
he doesn't need to cover the weapon.
It's that just innate map control presence that he's putting down. Whether or not he needs to cover that weapon, he's just on top of it because it's also, I guess, a marker for the center of the stage, one of the strongest positions. And there's TB hitting the huge sword neutral sig to confirm that first kill.
TB though, back to his signature guns, the weapons that he builds so much damage with, already putting Flamethrower into the yellow with a couple of nairs. I think that was like 2 nairs. Oh, interrupts the side signature, picks up that down air as well. Likely was going for a falling side air, but ended up canceling it just for some safety. Flamethrower though, back on stage. He's disarmed himself. He had to use the weapon toss to try to get back up. Is he gonna get the kill?
Ooh, it's gonna be close.
Interesting option with that recovery. That would have sent TB up. I don't know if TB had enough damage on him that would have been a kill move. But I like that he's attempting pressure. Nice chase dodge into the down heavy. Is going to lead to the first kill, but TB with those guns built so much damage. He's definitely in the lead.
That's what you want to see when you're looking for stock extension. I mean, he made pretty much the most out of that stock, trying to get Flamethrower into the red, putting himself in a great position in this stock, and now he's just throwing Flamethrower back and forth. Try to go for that read with the down sig, but Flamethrower just kind of threw him off. Got the recovery back on the stage, but there's TB with the side sig confirming kill number 2.
And he's back to the guns. Here comes the damage build. Oh, jumps high, and Flamethrower is able to pick up that neutral light and interrupt. And that's one of the pitfalls of Great Hall, is those ledges can kind of catch players if they're not ready for it. We saw TB accidentally ledge cancel a side light a second ago. In similar fashion, you saw him go a little bit too high with that neutral light. Flamethrower was able to punish with a nice neutral light. Flamethrower off stage, falling there. Gimpa, interrupt.
That was some fancy movement on Flamethrower's part to get those neutral airs and nearly get the Gimp on the TB. Very good stuff, but he is going to find that neutral air near the center of the stage, evening up the stocks. Damage is not too far off either, so it's not too far off to say that Flamethrower can get this.
He is definitely in a very real possibility of getting back. He's actually evened it up a little bit. TB needs to regain control. He's not keeping his stage presence that he was in the earlier stocks. Instead, now you're seeing him chase a little bit more against Flamethrower off stage, trying to stay aggressive on top of him, but Flamethrower getting those long range down lights and neutral lights. Just absolute max range with those bow shots. TB's off stage. He's got to be careful. And then the presence downlight into the side air. TB is in trouble.
Ooh, I mean, you can see he's using his movement to the best of his ability right now. He's trying to catch Flamethrower out, build up that damage just a little bit by little bit. But the thing is, no matter how you put it, TB has to be careful on Thatch. That 3 defense is just so difficult to deal with, especially when you're going up against somebody with, 6 attack. Just any amount of strength from the force of the signatures that Flamethrower can put out can almost guarantee a kill on the TB, so he's got to be careful. He's using that movement very well, but the down stick almost securing that kill on the Flamethrower, and the game is going to go on in that case. Flamethrower looking for the kill, but TB backing off, trying to get that down sig. It is not going to connect.
Both in the red. One hit is all that is needed. TB has the weapon advantage, which means the range advantage, which means the recovery advantage, but Flamethrower dodging around, goes off stage, and a simple weapon toss. That's the range advantage, right? You can't throw your unarmed that far. Look at that damage difference between the two, 598 to 596.
It just shows it just goes to show.
It shows to go, man.
It shows to go just how close that these two players are. I mean, I don't think it could have been any closer unless they clashed, to be honest. But now they're going to go back into it, and there's your cross pick.
There is the cross. A little bit too close for comfort for TB. He wanted to swap to something he's a little more familiar with, and it's going to be that cross pick. Absolutely no arguments from me, as he's an amazing cross player. He's done so well with cross across multiple tournaments. But Flamethrower with his Ember is getting the better with this unarmed, keeping this pressure on top of TB, just swinging side airs, trying to approach now with those down airs on the TB, but TB doing a great job spacing it out.
Flamethrower is doing a good job at utilizing that neutral air coverage to try to block out what TB's throwing out, but it looks like him switching up to Bo. He's going to be throwing TB off to the side, but TB with the perfect time dodge to get that punishment onto the downlight that Flamethrower tried to throw out. And now it's TB spacing out, getting that neutral game back, and getting caught by the neutral air. And the Flamethrower had TB in such a good position to try to get an early kill off on the top with that low ceiling, but it looks like that they are going to be resetting again. TB is going to be looking for an in, and Flamethrower is going to be getting knocked around as TB uses his guns perfectly.
Weapon
and
toss!
There's the weapon throw!
Sniped! TB with these weapon tosses. He's been doing it. He did it in the end of game 1. Looks like he's just cleaning up those weapon tosses, and he's getting kills, but Flamethrower with the hot step backs up, picks up the hit, and is going to take down TB's stock, even it up. Only a little bit of damage on Flamethrower, but TB's definitely a more tanky with this cross. Higher defense character than the Thatch pick. Oh, just kidding. Flamethrower with this bow dismantling that defense.
All right, now TB just spacing out, looking for those guns, the side airs, the down airs, just something to start a little bit of a string. But Flamethrower and TB are just keeping their spacing perfectly right now. And Flamethrower finds the recovery, throws the weapon up, tries to get a combo off of it. It doesn't really find a connection anywhere. Now Flamethrower with the down air is going to be, again, just trying to build up some of this damage a little bit better. But TB is going to turn it around with a nice downlight side air.
Hot step
option.
again.
That hot step is coming out for Flamethrower. He's just getting these reads off on the TB, where he's just able to catch him out, especially when TB gets high up into the damage rate. And just one simple signature is all it takes at a certain point. And I like the simplicity that they're just going into. TB securing that last game with a weapon throw. And just Flamethrower getting these down signatures in order to just get the simple read, nothing too complex.
It's the simplest decisions. That's all you need. Just like a simple ground pound from TB will take down Flamethrower. Slight health advantage to Flamethrower, but TB's got the game advantage, so he shouldn't be too worried. Do you think he'll swap over to the Thatch if things don't work out with this cross?
You could assume that he might. He was very successful in the first game with it, and he played Sword very well. But playing Thatch is always a risk because of that low defense. If you can avoid getting hit, it's perfect. Just like any other, like Emperor, like Flamethrower playing Emperor. That's another low defensive character. So if you can make sure to use your movements to the fullest and avoid as many hits as possible, then it's the perfect pick that you could go with. You don't need defense if you're not getting hit. But TB taking the side sig, and that is Flamethrower taking game 2. We're going into game 3.
Well
so do you
played
think he's
from
gonna
Flamethrower.
You think he's gonna be switching?
Well, he's got some stuff to mull over. Might be he's gonna have to restart his client to mull over. TB,
yeah.
I like his cross in general. I think his cross is a very strong character. He had just like a little bit more success with the Thatch. He got the W, which at the end of the day is the critical thing, but he is going to be sticking with this cross. Maybe he just felt like he had some client issues. Maybe his monitor was acting up. I forgot which player it was. One of them was saying that their monitor just kept turning off. So maybe that is going on, but TB, he's on the cross. I like his cross, so I can never argue against it. He's got the gunplay. He just needs to get the guns and build up that damage, and watch out for these bows. The bow from Flamethrower is so effective.
Yeah, that range that the bow provides is, I think, a good counter to how Gauntlet's playing. Flamethrower right now, going crazy with the strings, already putting TB up into the orange. That's almost, 80 to 100 damage, and now TB off on the side. Flamethrower trying to get that reverse down sig, but it is not going to connect. He has TB basically in the kill percent already, and we're just 30 seconds in.
The pressure from Flamethrower, the weapon toss from Flamethrower. He's got TB close to kill percent, but if he can't connect, it's not going to matter. TB with the siders, effective use of those siders to get back up on stage. So much horizontal aerial movement with those siders. Flamethrower gets under the dodge down into the recovery to take down TB recognizing TB was going to go for that recovery, is going to take the first stock and has a significant lead over one of the EU favorites.
Yeah, Flamethrower right now is showing his stuff, and I for one am very impressed. He's look at that patience. He delays his attack just enough to get TB's dodge read, and then there it is, the down air into the down leg, and then into the side stick, and TB is almost off on the side. Flamethrower just holding off, and you know he wants to throw out a down sig. Well, all right, that was an unarmed down sig, but you know.
It was a down sig. It was a down sig, all right. Flamethrower, he's got such a huge lead over TB. TB in the red on his second stock. TB still on his first stock. The side air sends TB off stage. Had that weapon toss hit, would have been critical for TB, but TB gets back up, is able to stuff the down sig, but he needs to finish the stock of Flamethrower like 5 years ago. There it is.
Well, there you go. You called it. And it finished
sticking
off
with the gauntlet.
side sig. You know, it's a little unusual. He's been getting beaten out with the gauntlets because of Bo's exceptional range.
Oh yeah.
You know, maybe it's something to do with TB's positioning, and he's just got to find that niche. But Flamethrower right now is just killing it, and he is looking for the weapon pickup, and he's having a little trouble. TB is covering the weapon. He's doing the exact same thing we saw him do in game 1, where he just killed it in that weapon control, that map spacing, and all of that good stuff. Now Flamethrower, he's got the bow, he's got the advantage. He's on stage looking for the combo, but TB is going to turn it around.
Flamethrower has dodged out of so many of TB's gauntlet recoveries. Again, you see it, second stock, same as the first one. Flamethrower dodges down and recovers underneath TB. TB just getting caught by that. Flamethrower just recognizing that TB wants those gauntlet recoveries, but TB did a good job with those gauntlet strings to give himself some room back in. Flamethrower is in the orange on his second stock. If TB plays this right, he can get the kill. But Flamethrower with the bow in hand, it is such an effective weapon in Flamethrower's hands. Oddly enough, no flame effects on any of the bow characters.
You know, I kind of
like Azoth kind of got
it. I kind of want to see
it.
Yeah.
I want to see some flame bow effects. Oh, that was so close.
A green ghosty fire is kind of cool. But anyway, TB finding the recovery.
He's still going for these recoveries.
Flamethrower, we know he's at his best when he's holding a weapon, specifically a bow. We've seen it in this game, and now TB is trying to just keep him away from that bow.
But great read.
Not going to matter. That side stick coming out very nearly. And he gets the down. He tries to get a second one, but doesn't connect. TB connects his recovery, and he's going to get back onto stage, look for his own recovery. But he's still got such a long way to go. Even if he takes the stock right now, he's effectively going to have to 3-stock him. And no!
TB went for a recovery. Flamethrower just underneath, picked up a neutral air, but it wasn't enough damage on top of TB's cross. TB so deep in the red, down light, neutral light from Flamethrower takes down TB. And this is what I was talking about with this setup for Flamethrower, is that he's a character, he's a guy I'd never heard of, never heard of him before, and suddenly he's like, hey guys, I'm gonna go beat one of the top EU players. I'm gonna just do this. What?
That's me right now. It's like, what? What just happened? Because, like you said, I am not familiar with watching Flamethrower. I've seen a lot of EU tournaments. I've seen EU players go to LANs as well. And this is not somebody, this is the one thing that you have to be ready for in these kinds of tournaments, where it's the relatively unknown players kind of just coming out from the woodwork to take on all of these big names. And then bam, that's what you see, is exactly what you want to see. All these just brand new people, all these people who are just, you never know who's going to be the next big name. And, you know, Flamethrower could be the next big EU name. Who knows?
I mean, that's kind of what we saw with the Winter Championship, right? Is like, no one had really heard of Cyclist before in the 2v2 scene. And then out of nowhere, Cyclist and Isidru, top 3. And we're like, who is this Ragnar god hitting these side sigs on the axe, just controlling space, working so well with the synergy along Isidru. It was unheard of. And that's the kind of stuff that you see at these seasonal championships, is these players that nobody's ever heard of, that have kind of just been like smoldering under the ranked scene, coming out, showing up to play, because this is the proving grounds. This is the setup for BCX, and you're seeing it here with players like Flamethrower showing up to play.
Oh man, but what do you think we've got next going on? Because we just saw TB and Flamethrower go at it. That's Flamethrower making it into top 8. I mean, some of the other games that we're looking at right now, we've got Exodus and Cur Station. I think that one's going to be the next one up because
I mean they're in the
lobby right now. But I only see half the lobby. I've got the brackets up for me. But anyway, we've got Viper and Addy, Mestic, M for Mini, and against Lands, all of them coming up. So we've got a lot of awesome games to watch very shortly. But Exodus and Cur Station is going to be pretty awesome, especially from what we've seen from Exodus in the past.
Yeah, so for those of you who maybe have seen a couple tournaments, again, I'm going to go back to streaming because that was my most recent showing of EU players. I didn't personally get to catch Riddle Brawl, but Cur Station is QS. For those of you who watched the streaming tournament, QS alongside Flamethrower. Those were the two big surprises in the EU scene for me. QS, absolutely monstrous. I think he did slightly better than Flamethrower. I'm not 100% sure, but it was like he's a monster. He's an absolutely explosive player. On the other side, if you've watched Brawlhalla subreddit GIFs, if you've seen any of them, Exodus has been behind about 70% of them. He is he's kind of a lab monster. He's got the Taros, which I'm a huge fan of. Back in the day, like when he first started posting GIFs, I was like, who is this like Exo biter, right? Like he had the same name as Daiku when they were both Exodromos and Exodas, and I was like, oh yo, he's just like a big fan of Exo. All right. But no, this dude is an amazing Taros player, and he stuck with Taros when like basically no one else did.
I mean, in terms of at least the old days on the subreddit, I mean, you could almost say, who is this guy? Is this Daiku's like Reddit Smurf so that he can just post hot memes? But no, it's a completely different player. He's shown his stuff in the past, and this guy is a force to be reckoned with. And now like you said, he's playing the Taros. That's going to be a heck of a pick. We've seen Taros come out before. We saw it, I think, last week in the in a 2v2 tournament. So a lot of Taros just coming out looking strong recently, and I'm not saying that because he's got some of the highest strength in the game.
I see what you did. Taros, he's kind of been on the up and up, especially after the 2v2s. Again, stream me. The 2v2s that happened there, we saw double Taros winning out matches. We saw Astronaut beat out Boomy with a purple Taros. Like Taros is coming back into the scene. Axe is strong, Hammer's strong. He's got those big signature combos, right? Stomp, neutral sig. Everyone who's played ranked against Taros knows what stomp, neutral sig is. It's like these are like the bread and butters of Taros that work so effectively, and it's gonna be on QS to kind of bait those things out. That's how the Hattori Taros matchup is. It's Hattori. He's got to bait out these big moves from Taros, punish in those recovery frames, and then keep the pressure on, and then like just take advantage of the fact that there's reasonable startup and reasonable recovery on his moves. But if he gets hit, QS is gonna feel those big hits from the Taros.
Oh yeah, but we got the game starting right now. Exodus trying to cover that weapon spawn, and QS having a really difficult time getting anything started here. Exodus just covering the weapon so well, getting almost 60 to 80 damage off onto QS at the start of the game. QS trying to get the sword to work, getting the side light in, getting another side air.
Oh, recovery twice from Exodus. Interesting option.
I mean, it's a great coverage option, and it just goes to show.
Oh, he's
trying to get back. Oh, did he get back?
He's dead. He's dead. He used it. He used the first recovery, then didn't reset, so he went for an exhausted recovery. Which in that position, it's an interesting option because if he hits it, the exhausted recovery, he can get that true combo, which Dobrain pointed out like a long time ago in his axe combo videos. But Cur Station, great presence of mind to recognize he was going to go for that second exhausted recovery again and punish with a neutral sig. Exodas off stage with the hammer, no recovery attempt. Instead goes for the weapon toss and stays on stage. Doesn't want to go off stage against Cur Station.
Yeah, and right now Exodus, getting the recovery, hitting at the very top, just very cleanly taking that stock off. QS now respawning back in, trying to get a neutral light while he's still in those iframes, but no, he's not going to get it off. And now Exodus getting the axe to work, landing a sidelight and a neutral light. Almost lands the sidelight, but QS turns it around with a neutral light of his own, and both of these players just trading blows back and forth. In the end, I want to say that Exodus comes out just a little bit more on top.
He trades better. Teros, with so much force and defense, means that if they're trading blow for blow, he is going to get the lead, as he's got Cur Station off stage, is not going to get the side air.
Ooh, but QS, what he lacks in pure unadulterated damage, he makes up for it in his movement speed. You can see him dancing all around these Exodus
nice
attacks.
Neutral light.
But
it's gonna kill.
Wow.
That is Axe. Axe neutral light. It's got a lot of force. Early on, you can try to follow up with like a chase dodge, but later on, off stage like that, or at the edge of the stage, it's gonna be a kill option. You see it with gauntlets a lot as well.
And right now, it looks like Exodus just building up damage again. And look, it just doesn't take
interrupts.
It just doesn't take anything.
Interrupts.
Wow.
Exo looking like old school Exo with this Teros Axe, completely building this damage on QS. Well played from him. Is QS gonna swap characters, or is he gonna be sticking with this Hattori? Oh, back out. He's pulling a TB, man. That's the play. You lose one, you back out. You restart. You hit the ejection seat and come back.
That's the mind refresh right there. Just, you need to take a second, just, restart the game real quick. Gives yourself enough time to just think and cool down. But, now they're going right back into it. He's sticking with the Hattori pick. He got some pretty good plays. He got
that neutral sig.
Yeah, he got the neutral sig, forced those exhausted recoveries, and picked it right out. So we know he has the ability to use this kit. He's just got to bring himself together 3, 2, and
1,
figure out a way to deal with this literal powerhouse of Exodus.
Game 2, Exodus again. Axe plays. He knows the sidelight, downlight. He hits that so consistently. No drops. Gets the recovery on the backswing. Neutral light. Look at QS's health in the top right. He is almost dead. That recovery. Oh my goodness. Exodus next to no damage. He got tapped once, but for all intents and purposes, basically nothing. Oh, but QS not gonna get shaken. He is a mixed drink that is stirred. Oh, can't get the dare. Exodus, great jump dare. Turns it around. QS can't get the touch. Exodus can't get the touch. What just happened?
Well, if there's any way that you can create just an unusual situation at the very start of a game, that's got to be it.
That's words for QS, right?
I suppose so. Exodus had him, and he just, I don't know. I guess he flubbed the recovery, and sometimes it happens. It's unfortunate, but right now, both of these players going at it. QS getting
the
Exodus off on the side.
QS comes back after Exodus falls to his death, and QS says, again, not shaken. I am a stirred person, and he is gonna try to take the lead over Exodus, but Exodus with these big axe swings can take this back cleanly. We saw him build so much damage on the first stock. QS in the red already. He needs more damage on Exodus.
No, Exodus has QS in a good position right now. Gets the side air.
Does he have the jumps?
Confirms the kill.
The down air.
Down air is what's going to be confirming it right there, and he just throws the hammer away. He's looking really comfortable with that axe. You can tell. He's got this back into a bit of a tied situation. QS trying to make something work with that down light, but it's not going to connect. Exodus with the recovery and the side light follow-up. All he needs is just a couple more of those, and that 8-4 is going to confirm a kill.
Exodus just out of hit stun, gravity cancel, neutralites, recognizing that QS was going for the dare reset into like a recovery or an air. Again, he goes for it, and this time Exodus does not have the dodge to do the gravity cancel neutralite, but Exodus just recognizing the windows, recognizing that dare is minus. QS is in trouble, no weapon. Recovery's coming out from Exodus. That's been his kill option. That was an exhausted one. Could have been punished.
Exodus trying as hard as possible. Gets the side air. He's looking for that kill confirm, and if we see, I almost want to see him
went for another
like
recovery.
A ground pound off, maybe not off the side. That recovery is punishing if you get caught out, but now QS and Exodus switch up positions. Oh, X's with the sidelight downlight.
Kill.
And that confirms it.
Well played from Exodus, showing the power of the Terras. You do not mess with the bull, or you will get the horns. Exodus gonna take it cleanly 2-0 over QS. QS still not out. This is the upper bracket. He's gonna go down in the lower bracket. So for those of you who are fans of QS, do not be afraid.
He will be back, and with the skill that he was showing tonight, or today, I guess it's not tonight yet, but the skill that he was showing today, we know we'll see him again. But either way, we've got Addy, Mestic, and Viper in the lobby now, and we know what Addy Mestic can do. He's been a monster on gauntlets for the past, 6 months or so. And I guess with the recent spear changes, he's been putting more work into Val than Wushang's, the pick that we're more used to seeing him on. So what do you think about that?
This is an interesting pick. It's I mean, I'm more kind of thrown off by Viper's Thatch pick. For those of you who maybe don't know Viper, he's kind of a gun god in his own right. He's definitely a strong gun player. It's interesting that kind of the EU players are picking up this Thatch again. Thatch, I think someone posted a graphic very recently that said Thatch was on the lower end of characters picked. On the other side, Addy, you talked about it. He's got gauntlets. He's got gauntlets for days. It's going to be on him to kind of get in the head of Viper, get those gauntlet resets, get those, the sidelight, and then bait out the dodge and punish accordingly, recognize where Viper is going to be dodging. And the more he can get those dodge reads, the more you're going to see the 3 defense of Viper's Thatch just completely get deleted.
Oh, yeah. And that is what we're going to be looking for. And I'll let them know that they're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see what Addy Mestic can do on, personally, I'm excited to see what he can do with this Val pick, because we know what he can do with gauntlets, but we haven't seen him play much Val in general, because he's kind of, he's stuck to Wushang for the most part, I guess, because whether or not he's comfortable on Spear, or at least because he used to be, who knows. But Viper on Thatch, I'm kind of surprised, you're right, that we're seeing another Thatch. Usually you don't see this kind of thing. And this is the second one within 3 games that we've seen. So
3, 2.
He is one of the lesser played characters, in part because of his low defense, makes him a little bit squishier than people like. And his signatures are a little bit interesting. The down signature in particular on the guns is very, very niche. But Viper's showing he doesn't need the signature kit. He's got the sword play. He's still going for these downlight recoveries, which did get a little bit of a damage nerf. So I would like to see him swap over to the Nairs, or maybe go for that dare reset that we're seeing QS go for. But he's getting the better of Addy Mestic, but we're seeing Addy Mestic. These are the gauntlet plays that we were expecting out of him. Already getting Viper off stage, but disarmed. Viper on the guns, picks up the recovery. First stock goes to Viper.
Viper just taking control of that first stock, finding the recovery. Very well done, and now he's going to be looking for a lot of damage buildup with these guns. Try to get things started onto Addy Mestic. Gets the sidelight into down air. Addy Mestic trying to get the coverage off on the stage, finding the neutral light, almost connecting with the side air, but that overall, Addy Mestic just having trouble getting around Viper's guns right now. Landing the sidelight into downlight, almost landing the side air again, and interrupting the side sig. So much coming out of Viper right now.
The guns,
Addy
but
Mestic.
Addy gets the ground pound. Is going to be able to pick up this kill, but lots of damage build. That's the power of guns, in particular the power of Viper's guns, is just getting this pressure, keeping those hits. The tech chasing behind his guns is so clean that he's gotten Addy Mestic into the red on his second stop. Yeah, you've seen the cannonballs come out. It's an edge guard attempt, but the neutral light to interrupt. It was a little bit of a bait with that side sig to get Addy to come up and immediately neutral light afterwards.
All right, now Viper is looking for a little bit more damage here. He's got Addy Mestic in the red, so that finisher is right around the corner. You've got to expect it. Oh, Addy Mestic just playing that dancing game so well. Oh, does the side stick, but manages to go into the neutral light right afterwards. Viper's now in a very difficult position. This is exactly the point where
dodges through.
Oh, can you get back?
Turn around. Nice side air from Addy. The weapon toss doesn't connect. Viper still has an attempt, but Addy, great patience, bouncing on that wall, picks up the ground pound. He is in the red. Viper has quite a bit of force on this Thatch. That is one of the benefits of sacrificing so much defense. You get a lot of other stats. It's kind of like, you know how like they say when you're blind, like all your other senses get heightened? Same logic. Neutral Sig, though, will take down Addy Mestic through his neutral Sig, and Viper sticking with these guns for the damage build.
All right, now Viper looking to build up a little bit more damage on Addy Mestic. Addy Mestic on a fresh stock, getting that sword recovery, trying to get the finisher, looking for something that can just pressure this 3 defense character Thatch right off the map. And Viper just turning things around, though. The guns coming out in spades. Addy Mestic, oh, trying to find something, but Viper just holding every option. It's looking really good for Viper right now. He's just,
oh, Addy with the downlight ground pound, once more damage onto Viper, recognizing that Val is one of the lower force characters. Big commitment, able to dodge out of the recovery. This can go either way. Viper has the weapon advantage. Addy backs off, knows that he is on the back foot without a weapon against Viper's guns.
All right, but now it's sword-to-sword matchup. And right now, Viper and Addy Mestic. He's got Viper has Addy Mestic off stage, but now it's going to go the other way around. Addy
Down
Mestic
air.
finding the
Clean.
down air, cleanly finishing off that last stock. And that's the first game going to Addy Mestic. Very,
Reasons Addy
very
Mestic.
clean.
You see the flag waving. That is going to be, he's our first reason boy of the day, right?
He is, and I think we've also got another one coming up with Lands, but that's a game later on. But we have Addy Mestic here right now representing Reason against Viper and doing a great job of it, taking that first game.
Addy Mestic, he was able to wrestle it back with the help of those gauntlets. And Viper, he's got such clean gunplay. If Viper can get the guns, I think he's just got so much damage behind it. And there you see it, immediately picks up the guns, starts throwing out the nairs. But Addy, he's on the Val. It's gonna take a little bit due to the high defense of Val, trading back and forth between him and the Thatch of Viper. Nice side
All
air.
right, it looks like Addy
Offstage.
Mestic is gonna be turning
Trouble.
things around. Get in the
Viper.
ground. Get in the ground pound.
Running out of
Viper,
jumps.
Can he get back?
Oh,
Nope.
he gets back.
He's good. I thought for sure that Viper was out on there, but I guess he got the wall touch.
Oh,
but it
double
doesn't matter.
recovery.
Addy Mestic finding the recovery over the stage to finish off the first stock from Viper, high up in the air. Now, Addy Mestic trying to cover the weapon. Viper finds a sword. Viper off stage, trying to get the edge guard. Finds the side stick, and Addy Mestic, he knows. He knows
Recognition. He knew it. Viper caught him with the side air mid jump, and so he was down immediately. Ground pounds down, so he can get back onto stage quicker. Viper back on the guns, but Addy's getting into the sweet spots. Nice chase dodge nair, sends Viper off stage. Viper off stage is on the back foot against Addy Mestic's gauntlets. He's getting these ground pounds. Goes for a weapon toss. Just kidding. Unarmed ground pound. Viper last attempt, and Addy can't get the ground pound. Viper with a nice dodge around it. But damage has been done. Viper is in the red.
Some people say 3 times the charm, and 3 ground pounds looked like it was going to be enough, but unfortunately, Viper with the hot movement plays, getting back on the stage, keeping a good handle on what recovery options he had, just barely managed to make it back. But now Viper looking for an in onto Addy Mestic, but he is just saying no, getting 2 neutral airs in a row, looking for that kill, and oh, he finds the neutral light. Viper's stuck off stage. Addy Mestic looking for a kill here, but Viper's going to make it back. The clash is going to throw Viper back off, and he,
oh, the dare!
This is the side sig.
So much damage on Viper that the dare almost killed, bouncing him off of the bottom of the stage into the top kill box, but it's going to be a side air from Addy Mestic that will take down his second stock. Nice downlight into the side light. Surprised he backed off there. Thought he was going to go for some more pressure with these ground pounds, but Viper's been getting past. Recovery into an immediate nair. Addy's getting so much damage. Dodges through the recovery.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Viper, but Addy Mestic now can take advantage of this, turn things around, start pushing Viper off onto the side, gets the side air, and Viper
pound,
just
clean.
a little bit, but no, the
Player 1 win.
He just does it.
ground pound.
He just does it. It's clean. Addy Mestic, what a guy, gets the kill with his ground pound, unarmed ground pound, representing Reason Gaming. We're gonna put up this graphic for him. Just kidding. It's not. That's not the one. Why is it not working? Oops.
Either way, he takes it down. Player card in a moment. But Addy Mestic showing his stuff. He's been a gauntlet protege. Gauntlet god, maybe? Who knows? He's been hot on the gauntlets at the very least. No matter how you want to describe it, he has been on point, and he's just showing it off in that game, looking so good. He's got to be one of the favorites to win this tournament for sure. But now we have M for Mini and Lands facing off against each other.
Yeah,
Lands.
this is gonna be interesting. Lands, he's a guy who I've been repping the Lands flag for a while, right? Back when he was on Reason alongside Effie, when they were doing 2v2s, I was like, Lands and Effie, like those are the 2v2 guys to watch. Lands, like he's my boy, even though like he played Lance kind of goofy. He like posted a YouTube video I saw recently where he was like maybe doing some stuff. I don't want to talk about it, but he is the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? And his parents are delightful people, and Lance is a delightful person. On the other side, M for Mini, not to be confused with Mini Vestin on the NA side. M for Mini, he's got the Ulgrim plays, he's got the down sigs, the side sigs, the neutral sigs, and Lance is not on the Lance. What
is this? Oh,
yo, who's on Lance's account?
Lance?
Because Lance doesn't not play Lance. Like Lance literally
in the world,
the only weapon he uses is Lance.
I mean, I was literally about to say a little while ago, Lance has always been known for playing a Lance character. No matter what the meta has shown at any other time, he's always played Lance. He's been finding Lance tech. He's been doing stuff that no one's really been doing with Lance. Whether that is because people just haven't been playing Lance, or he's just been pioneering Lance itself. He's been on Lance, but seeing him on Koji right now is very unusual. I wonder what he's been up to, and I guess we're going to find out in this game. But, you know, looking at the other side as well, Mini Vestin, or not Mini Vestin, we just said that. M for Mini.
M for Mini. Not to be confused with Mini Vestin, right?
Exactly. or in my case, to be confused with. Anyway, he's on the Ulgrim pick, the hot Ulgrim pick. He's going to be playing Lance.
I like Koji. Koji's he's one of those characters that falls in and out of meta a lot, right? Like it's mostly been LDZ who was repping it. We saw Remy play Koji for a while. He's kind of coming back as Bo's gotten a little bit more popularity. Yumiko kind of reminded people, hey, Bo, you know, Bo's pretty good. I think Bo's definitely is pretty solid. Sword almost never fell out of the meta. You know, Sidelight has been strong to the point where they just nerfed it recently, a little bit more recovery on it. But Lance, he's an adaptable guy. It's just it's crazy to me that Lance is going into a matchup without a Lance, and it's going to be M for Mini who's got the Lance. Lance has to go against his weapon. This is like it's almost breaking my heart, but it's going to be awesome. M for Mini versus Lance, the Ulgrim, the meme god himself, going up against Koji.
Well, you know, if Lance has anything going for him right now in terms of Lance knowledge, it's knowing what M for Mini can do
Absolutely.
By knowing the frame data behind the Lance. So at the very least, if Mini does decide to go with, Lance getting the nice offstage pressure, and the side stick gravity cancel coming out, as well as the recovery, and he's just pressuring Mini right now in such a good way. And
side
now,
airs.
the side airs.
One more. Gets him, but he did get the wall touch, so M for Mini, excuse me, will be able to get back up. Just trading back and forth between the two. Lands. Went for the dodge through pivot side air, but M for Mini a little bit to the side is not going to stick with the Lance. Instead, might have been trying to swap on over to the Axe. Lands canceling his down sig into the wall just for a little bit of style and substance. M for Mini has the range, has the neutral light, has the force. Lands is off stage. Have yet to see M for Mini use those signatures. He was using a lot of down signatures the last time I saw him. It's an incredible signature. Lands, on the other hand, is going to be the one using the down sigs, using it to get past M for Mini.
Lands playing a very dangerous game, but he's going to be caught out by the side air from Mini. And now Mini on the Lance. You got to expect Lance to be watching these frames perfectly, trying to get these perfect punishes, and there, the recovery off stage, just barely getting out of range, and the side sig is going to be finding a confirm onto Mini. Lance taking barely any damage that stock. That's the exact way you wanted to go. Now Mini finding the Axe, and the Axe is what he was having the most success with. So perhaps we'll see things go in Mini's favor a little bit in this matchup right now, but lands down air into side air. Very cleanly put. Mini off stage, trying to get the edge guards, goes for the downlight, but lands, turns it around with the side air. Mini goes for the recovery through the center of the stage in that shenanigan area, but the ground pound
Down air
out,
turnaround.
just out of nowhere. Oh,
Starting to see the
chainsaw
SIGs come out
action.
from M for Mini.
You know, when people talk about Olgun, one of my favorite things to do is to throw out that chainsaw. So a little bit of mad respect for Mini right there, for giving respect to the chainsaw itself. I gotta say, I love it. What can I say?
I think it's a good SIG. I think it gets a little bit of grief, but the side air, no grief, as he gets a clean side air behind lands. Just the down air, turn around, pick up the side air, lands. He's on this Koji, and it's an interesting pick. It's not working. It's just, it's a little bit squishier. It's on that 4 defense. I don't think he swapped stances. So it is going to be a little bit on the squishier side, and it's one of the reasons why that axe of M for Mini is chunking so incredibly hard. Side air attempt, but M for Mini is able to get behind it. Recovery pickup.
Oh, he's exhausted right now, but he managed to make it back, and Mini trying to get the kill, but they're just not able to find it. He loses the axe, and Lance trying to get the side sig. Oh, are we gonna see another one? A down sig maybe? No, he's trying to find that kill, trying to secure it, but Mini is just playing his spacing game, trying to play safer, hold on to this stock for as long as possible. But Lance is just
down sig.
Just barely misses the down sig, and Mini, just surviving, just barely surviving that, and now he's got Lance.
Downlight into neutral light. I don't believe that's true anymore. Lance might have been expecting M for Mini not to try to follow up with it because it's not true anymore. But M for Mini just says, I'm gonna mind game you. Picks up a side air. Lands is off stage. M for Mini gonna edge guard. Can't get the ground pound. Lands able to get high enough, but he is so deep in the red. Ooh, that was just over the hair.
You know, if he, man, it was so close. The fact that he just threw that out and very nearly took out Mini, that could have just evened up the stocks. But no, the neutral air is going to be the thing to do it. And Lands now looking to put in as much work as possible with that bow. He's got the range and combo potential to get this damage lead back. And a little bit of a wall slip coming out.
Oh, can't quite get the ground pound. M for Mini still in those dodge frames. Lands going for the ground pound. M for Mini, he just jumps up, down airs. He's been so clean with those down airs. Immediately getting around Lands, and then just to jump down air to turn around the pressure. M for Mini is going to take game 1. Is he going to force Lands onto the Lance? I couldn't see the character swap.
Yep, he's going to Scarlet. He's going back to what we're going to. He's going back to what we all know and love. We're going back to where he's going back. We're all going back. It's game 2, baby. Let's get this going. It's Lance versus Lance, axe versus hammer. So, you know, in each way, you got high damage as well. 2 weapons, aside from Lance, both weapons are heavy hitters. And on these heavy hitting characters, it's going to come down to, you know, quite simply, who hits who more. And maybe you could say that about most games, but a lot of weapons do guarantee, I mean, some weapons like guitars, better for getting gimps than just pure damage, you know? So, in a way...
Chasing. Almost got the pressure, but M for Mini with that disengage goes into the shenanigans. One of the reasons why people do choose Thunder Guard is the ability to disengage into that shenanigans area, and M for Mini, recognizing that he had that option, goes down into it. The side sig connects. There's a second swing on that one. Oh, the down air! Can't get the wall touch. M for Mini with a huge lead off that side sig.
Fantastic wall coverage by Mini to just completely shut Lands out of that wall and being able to get any sort of recovery. You saw him try to get that down air, but Mini put so much pressure with his own down air. Lands just could not recover at all. But now Lands with the hammer, getting off a few of these falling side airs, looking for the Lance pickup, and he's gonna find it. Mini getting recovered by Lands. Lands looking for something else, but Mini just building up even more damage with the axe, landing these side-like combos.
Downlight can't get the ground pound. M for Mini falls out of it. Neutral airs onto M for Mini. He is disarmed. A stomp side air could kill in the right position. Oh, but Mini with this damage build, the down, side light, down light, side light, down light. We've seen that a lot today from the Axe players. It's such a solid combo. Lands can't get the side charge down sig, but a side air will even it up, at least as far as stocks are concerned.
I mean, side air is a very strong option on the hammer. It hits very hard. I mean, at the very least, it does what, 20, 25 damage? And especially on Scarlet, on a character with a strength that high, it's going to be doing a little bit more. So you can't really take too many of them. But both of these players playing Lance right now, trying to get some throw combos in, some side airs, some down airs, and Mini trying to get the side air. Oh, gets the chainsaw kill.
M for Mini, Meme
Hottest
King
of all time?
gets the down sig. Lands was not able to interrupt with that weapon toss, and M for Mini recognized that the toss wasn't going to hit, held the charge, got the stock, and Mini is a full stock up on Lands, the EU King, the Lance God himself.
That is a feat to be. You almost expect him to get a medal if he takes this game, but Lands right now.
That's like an in-game achievement, right? Like hit an Ulgrim down sig for a kill in tournament.
Maybe that's one of the just get them to add some achievements like that for the kill, for the winning kill, maybe. Who knows? But anyway, Lands right now trying to get some spacing out of the Lance, throwing out these neutral airs, trying to get the reverse neutral airs, trying to tip her off the back. But
He's going for these dares.
Super close. Mini holding the edge, getting the down air. Down light.
No, goes for a weapon
gonna...
toss. Lands able to disengage again using that shenanigans area, but M for Mini gets past, gets that neutral light, has so much damage that the side air almost kills. Lands running out of jumps. M for Mini goes off, can't get the down light into the ground pound. Lands able to dodge through. That was close. Dodge frames.
Charged up again!
M for Mini with the down sigs!
He gets it! He gets the achievement, getting 2 kills on the Lance.
Give him his score.
Chainsaw.
What is that? Put
Holding
10 out of 10?
That is the danger of that chainsaw, you know? You can hold it as long as you need to and just hope that they run into it, essentially. And in that situation, Lands just went completely into he got baited by the chainsaw, and that led to the hottest kill, the hottest Ulgrim kill this side of Brawlhalla.
People don't expect you to charge it, though. That's the thing, right? Like, very few. There's what, 3 charge sigs? There's the Ulgrim down sig, the Ragnir down sig, and then the cross neutral sig. Is there any? Am I missing one?
I think so. I don't think
so with those 3 charge sigs, they're not used very often, so most people don't actually charge them. Usually you'll see the sig, it'll like do the burst and then it'll end. Lance was expecting it to end.
Oh,
but M for Mini just held it. He just went for it.
There is one more, actually.
Which one?
A Suri side sig with a sword.
That's fair. That's fair.
Technically, you hold it.
It is technically a charge one that will keep the active frames going. But still, it's one of those things where just like you don't expect him to keep charging it. You're just like, all right, he did it. All right, now I get a punish. This is my opportunity. But M for Mini just held it. Caught Lance twice with those Lance down signatures, and will continue on. Coming up next, we're going into top 8 with Flamethrower and Exodus.
And what we've seen from both of these players has been just incredible stuff. Exodus on that very terrifying Taros axe play. I mean, I was going to try to throw a little bit more alliteration in there. Anyway, he's just been killing it on the axe on Taros, and we are just sure to see even more of it in the coming moments. I mean, just looking at his player card as well, I mean, he got 5th in Brawl League Open Cup Finals EU, 25th in the Winter Championship, and that just goes to show that he's on the up and up. We're bound to see great things from him. And on the other side, we got Flamethrower, who we saw just going crazy in his earlier games against TB on Ember, just pulling out Katars when people aren't really considering it a strong weapon. So just being able to show in that case that Katars they have their place in the meta right now, that they're versatile and that they can take people out. That's what we're seeing today. Some good stuff.
Well, we are just waiting for them to lock in. Likely the character picks will be the Taros on Exodus Flamethrower. I mean, we saw his Ember, we saw his bow play was so clean. It's gonna be something. I'm gonna admit my bias here. I am a Taros fanboy through and through, and Exodus has been hitting so many Taros moves, and he's ruining everything I'm saying with this Cassidy pick.
You're telling me? I was just.
I was about to be like, yo, Taros, like Exodus is my boy. And he comes out with his Cassidy. That's right, leave. Like, get out. Flamethrower on this Ember. His bow play though.
Say all that stuff about Taros.
Now I gotta rep. I gotta rep Flamethrower now. He's got bow play. It's clean bow play, right? Downlight, neutral light. He's hitting those neutral lights. He got the chases into the side airs. Like it was Flame. He's my favorite now, right? Like,
I mean, technically speaking, he did do the Ember pick into Exodus disconnect Drew combo. So
I believe that is true. Might need to go to training room for that one. A TWK if you're out there.
One of the more awesome combos out there that people don't really know about, honestly. But it looks like, I guess we could talk a little bit about what Flamethrower is bringing to the table. He's going with that defensive stance, taking a little bit off of move speed. And, you know, you can afford doing that. I mean, he's got 3 6-statted stats, I guess. I mean, that sounds a little bit weird to say. But taking a little bit off, like taking the one off of move speed. She's already got 7, so you're not really losing much. That extra defense, though, can go a long way, especially against someone like Cassidy, who's got high dexterity and relatively high damage as well. But it looks like Exodus is also going to be going on with a defensive stance here, too. So I guess defense is just the way to go.
It's a solid stat. It keeps you alive longer, and at the end of the day, it is about out-surviving your opponent, right? That's what's critical. Exodus, though, he's going to be coming out with these guns. He's got the hammer play, right? That Taros has a hammer in hand, so does Cassidy. So there's going to be that level of crossover. But this gunplay is going to be interesting to see from Exodus. Flamethrower did get the better of TB's guns, so Flamethrower does have the game knowledge, at least, as far as weapons go.
All right, and Exodus right now really having a tough time getting these guns to work, it seems. Flamethrower just using the bow to the best of its ability, catching Exodus off on these the highest ranges of these bow moves. Ooh, Exodus not quite able to follow up with that stomp combo, but Flamethrower able to get the downlight into neutral light, into a side air, another side air, looking for another
interrupt!
Down sig, but it just interrupted. Exodus just
gonna hold on.
Finally finding something here with that hammer, it seems.
The Nair chase into a recovery. Side sig picks up. Flamethrower is off stage. That, I mean, I just haven't seen that Nair into the recovery. Generally the Nair sends him farther, but Exodus is familiar with that Nair. But Flamethrower familiar with the birds and the bees as the neutral sig picks up, taking down Exodus, and is gonna give him the stock advantage.
You trying to give me the talk, dude?
Oh, well, you know, after the stream.
All right. I'll hold you to that. Either way, Flamethrower right now looking to get this hot bow play, just trying to continue this. He's already got Exodus in the red.
He's still going for
damage
these
coming out.
pairs.
He's just so clean with his bow play. And there it is, a down air going for the weapon throw, but it's not going to connect. Now Exodus trying to. He's in a great position right now, where one of the biggest places guns shine is on the edge, catching that side sig in that low defense from. Even the extra point in defense on Ember isn't going to be enough to save him in that instance. Exodus now. It's all on Exodus to build up this damage. Oh, but the recovery from Flamethrower. Just
one move. All Flamethrower needs is one move. Exodus is so damaged. The neutral sig, but Exodus able to get past that Nair will be the pickup for the kill. Stock advantage significantly in Flamethrower's court. He's got the bow. This is his weapon of choice, but Exodus is going to jab up with those neutral lights. Sending Flamethrower off stage, picks up the hammer into a weapon toss. Has yet to get a hit. Can't get Flamethrower in the hit stun. There's the side air, but they're just trading back and forth, which is in Flamethrower's favor.
Flamethrower has just been, I mean, you're talking about in Flamethrower's favor? This whole match has been going in his favor so far. But Exodus with the weapon throw. Connecting that weapon throw after the side sig in the ground pound as well. Is he going to find a kill very shortly? It looks like it. He's got a little bit of momentum behind him. That side air coming out. Now he's got the edge guard play somewhere where gun shines. Flamethrower trying to get something, not able to connect, but does get the Exodus off on the side with that side air. And both Exodus and Flamethrower, and Exodus going for the ability. But Flamethrower just getting the interrupts with the downlight, but no, Exodus finding that kill with the side air, but he has a long way to go to bring this back. He's in the red in a very dangerous position. And that recovery just not having enough force behind it to get the finisher. And Exodus right now is just doing so much work. Flamethrower, is that the kill?
Off stage. No jumps in hand. It's gonna be a JV2 for Flamethrower. Just such solid Ember play. What does Exodus have? I'd like to see the Taros. It's got so much force. It's gonna chunk super hard, and when they trade, it's gonna be in his favor. But instead, he's gonna not listen to me. Just tell me that I'm wrong about everything and go to this Brawlhalla pick. Brawlhalla, they're going to be on equal footing as far as defense goes. Brawlhalla will have the axe, which Exodus is familiar with, but it'll also have the sword, which is a great combo weapon. We've seen it work time and time again. Downlight, down air, downlight, side air, downlight recovery, downlight, any button you want to do. Exodus is going to be familiar with it when he's going to try to work it.
Well, right now, let's see. Well, we saw what Exodus can do with the axe. And that was kind of what we were talking about before that first game, was we were wondering why he, at the very least, wasn't playing an axe character. But now switching up in this way, maybe he just feels a little bit more comfortable against Bo. It's all about the matchups, of course, whether it's mental or just balance, considering matchups are a thing to consider. And right now, that must be going through his head with this pick. But either way, right now, it's working out very well for him. He's taken very little damage from Flamethrower. That's damage coming out from Axe as well is very difficult to ignore, especially when you're playing a low defense character like, well, I guess both of them, but Flamethrower on Ember just taking much more damage from this Axe inherently.
Sword Meathead, Exodus, downlight recovery, Flamethrower not dead yet. They got a little bit less damage on that recovery. I'm actually surprised he didn't go for that gravity cancel neutral sig now that he's throwing it out. There's a nice neutral light onto Flamethrower. Not as much force as the Axe neutral light, but the weapon toss, and Flamethrower does not have the jumps. First stock goes the way of Exodus, but he is in the orange on this low defense character for defense after taking a stat and putting it into it.
Yeah, and that could easily lead to a kill for Flamethrower. I mean, we've seen what he can do with the bow, and he's very dangerous. He knows exactly how to get these combos. Plays the patient game and goes for a delayed response, but manages to make something out of it as he gets another combo out of it. Looking for what I assume is a neutral light or a signature move right now, but the side air coming out, pushing Exodus off onto the side, and Exodus just trying to recover and get back, but he's not able to connect anything right now.
That hit! He hit at the top end of that. Generally, you see it used to spike off stage, but Flamethrower using it on stage as an anti-air. Interesting option. You don't see that too often. We are seeing Flamethrower play more safely and secure. He's backing up. You're seeing him use those speed dodges to get away from Exodus, force Exodus to come at him. And if Exodus doesn't play his game, he's going to get caught by that downlight neutral light that we've seen Flamethrower hit time and time again.
Oh man, it's going back and forth right now. At this point, they're just trading blows, reading each other out, trying to get a little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage there, and Flamethrower is doing a fantastic job of just ditching back what Exodus turns around. But Exodus right now proving me wrong as he just dishes so much out, just throwing out so much axe damage, covering all these options.
Off stage, Flamethrower went aggressive. I'm surprised Exodus didn't immediately go off stage, try to catch him with a dare or a ground pound. But Flamethrower's back up. He's got the bow. Watch out for that down sig. We've seen it hit once before, but Flamethrower instead, he's going for these weapon tosses, and Exodus just covers it with his side signature. Even if it hadn't hit, Flamethrower still wouldn't have been able to pick up that weapon, and that was the logic behind that side signature.
That's just the Dragon's Rage coming out. I mean, if I had to name all the signatures, and I kind of want to, but that would be the Dragon's Rage. But there, Ember side sig coming out on Qatar's, confirming that kill, and it's 1-1, almost even play. He's just Flamethrower getting Exodus off on the side. They're both playing that edge game super well, trading spaces, getting back on the stage, forcing the other one off, and playing so close to the neck right now.
This could still go either way. Damage is slightly in Flamethrower's favor, but Exodus, he's got this big axe, which chunks very hard. He just needs to start getting those hits. You're seeing Exodus. He's sitting on the side. He wants Flamethrower to make the movement so that he can punish. You see the dodge down into the neutral light. He's gonna do it again.
I mean, that's
other side.
That's one of the things. I mean, in a similar vein to a lot of guns moves. I mean, they have a lot of active frames. So if Exodus, what he's trying to do is find that perfect dodge timing to get right between the active frames for down sig. Oh, almost finds
recovery
the
was
kill.
not enough.
Oh, goes for the down sig.
He needed that.
Connected.
We're back to a
So
neutral
close.
game. Flamethrower is starting to make these approaches onto Exodus. Goes for the dodge and side signature, trying to use those iframes, but Exodus gets underneath. We're going to a game 3 after a very patient last stock from Exodus with this axe, waiting out, forcing Flamethrower to make these approaches. What is Flamethrower's response going to be? Is it going to be fight fire with fire? As the Flamethrower, you arguably have more fire options.
Is that a Ragnar suggestion? Because technically speaking,
he's got guitars.
He's got a flamethrower. He's got
he
guitars. I mean, it's not too far off to say that he could go with that pick.
He's got the mixtape. We're gonna see if he swaps over. I think he's gonna stick with it. I didn't get to see the character swap, but we are gonna see. There it is. There's the Ember pick. No character swaps from Flamethrower. It's more than likely going to be a play style swap. We might see this game go a little bit longer, go into the later stages. We might see a 5, 6, 7, 8-minute game potentially between Exodus and Flamethrower. Both of them on 4 defense characters. If it gets to 8 minutes on 4 defense characters, like, what the butt? But like, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be something. All right, Exodus versus Flamethrower, game 3. Exodus on the Ragnar, and Flamethrower immediely picks up the bow.
Ragnar? You mean Jalen? But anyway,
yeah, same character, axe in hand.
we've got axe character versus bow character going down right now. Flamethrower trying to dish back some of this damage that Exodus just handily threw out at the very beginning of this game, and Exodus finding the side Dragon's Rage coming out again, and finds the neutral light. Has Flamethrower off on the side
air,
and the side air very cleanly put Exodus just confirming the kill in just such a simple manner.
Great positioning from Exodus to pick up that side air. He put it himself in a spot where he could go for the side air if Flamethrower went up, or he could go for the down air if Flamethrower tried to go into that wall. So Exodus, just intelligent positioning on that edge guard, gave him that stock, and we're gonna see it. Flamethrower goes for the taunt, and Exodus says, all right, I'm gonna hit you for that. You're gonna stand there, I'm gonna hit you.
Taunt and to get hit, true combo?
Flamethrower,
looks like
his true combos. He knows those true combos.
Exodus getting the recovery, and Flamethrower looks like he's gonna be trying to get some of these bow plays, but Exodus is playing in just the right position to avoid a lot of these diagonals that bow puts out. Oh, but the side air.
Stage recovery.
Reversing, and he does get the wall touch, gets the side air as well, and he's gonna be making a little bit more room, and they both go for a same direction side sig at the same time. That's alliteration for you. Or no, that's synonyms.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon, yeah, that's cinnamon. That's what it's called. No, it's like the alliteration for S's. I forgot. It's got its own name. But anyway, Exodus getting punched by
weapon toss.
Flamethrower, and
Exodus, plenty of jumps, gets back up. Flamethrower is in the red. Exodus is in the red. Exhausted recovery, but you saw the exclamation point come out. Flamethrower going to the very late stages of his wall jumps so that he could get that recovery. Patience on Flamethrower's side. Gimp attempt. Exodus staying around, soft platform. Shout outs to Core.
Score with the hot saves, and you can barely even see him. But Flamethrower trying to get these clashes, trying to get the ground pounds, just something to get the gimp off. But no, it's not going to work out for him. Exodus does find the sword kill off the top, and that is going to be kill number 3 in this game. Second stock off of Flamethrower, and now Exodus trying to find an in, but Flamethrower is just playing super careful. You can tell he doesn't want to get taken out right now.
On the left side. Turn around, nice nair.
But
he hasn't touched in so long, Exodus. He's got to land. He's gotten a little bit of damage, and I'm surprised to see that Exodus was trying to fight over on the soft platform. He had stage control in the center stage, but he kind of took Flamethrower's bait, went to the left side, and Flamethrower was able to get the better of him with that bow play, leading to that kill with that side signature. Exodus comes back. He does have a slight health advantage, but he's got to be careful about chasing Flamethrower on this soft platform.
Right.
Going underneath, going for those jump nairs and recoveries.
Exodus just looking for something onto Flamethrower right now. I keep wanting to call him Flava Flav. Flamethrower right now. Exodus finding the
where's the clock
side
skin?
air. And, ooh. Exodus.
Oh, nice chase with that down air.
Flamethrower with a hot edge guard right now, but Exodus turning it right around the side air. Going for the side stick, but it doesn't connect. And now Flamethrower running out of jumps, manages to touch the wall, but the axe play coming out. Flamethrower looking for that weapon. Oh, Exodus unable to be punished for that weapon cover attempt.
Flamethrower got the dare. That's all he needed. Flamethrower takes game 3 off that down air. Exodus was going for these hard reads with this side signature, but Flamethrower just says, I'm going to do my game. I'm going to be consistent. I hit this side air, I hit this down air, and I'm going to get you with an unarmed down air. After you're forced to dodge my weapon toss, Flamethrower takes game 3, and we're gonna bring up the card. That's not what he actually looks like. For those of you who are confused, that's a community artist, Cleanse, who drew that art before everyone's like, Flamethrower, man, like you need a new camera, my boy. But game 3 goes the way of Flamethrower. You can see his results. He plays top 32 in Brawl League Open Cut, Stream A Legend Series, Brawl League Spring Fling, as well as Riddle Brawl number 2.
All right, well, before we get started with this next match of Addy, Mestic, and Mini, let's take a quick look at the brackets, just a tiny little quick look. And looking at this lower bracket, you can see Effie taking Multimum out 2-1 and moving on to face off against the winner of the Daiku versus Cake game. Cake, another Reason Boy, and along with Effie. So if Cake wins against Daiku, we may be seeing a Reason versus Reason matchup.
And unfortunately, only one Reason Boy will be able to continue on. But we are before that. I think you said it, but I was busy trying to get these player cards ready. We're gonna be watching Addy Mestic versus M for Mini. M for Mini, the Olgrim King. Those down signatures for days. Will he be able to still hit those on the player of Addy Mestic's caliber? Addy Mestic, though, with those gauntlet plays, the adaptability of Addy Mestic, the ability to start recognizing his opponent's dodges, that's really what's key to his gauntlet play, and it's one of the key reasons why he was able to close out his last set. It is going to be Addy Mestic of Reason Gaming going up against M for Mini of Bop, which is, I don't have I was going to do like a Kids Bop thing, but like, honestly, I don't have much there.
Well, I mean,
it's really just that. It's like,
I mean, if you're going for like an Addy Mestic Kids Bop kind of relation, you can kind of look at Gauntlet Ground Pound kind of being kind of like a bop, because it comes down, bop them on the head, and they just go shooting straight down to the ground. But either way, this game is going to be underway. It's getting started right now. Just Mini. Maybe he wanted to
misstepped on a map ban.
Accidentally banning Great Hall when he wanted to pick it. It looks like maybe.
And
nope.
We're going to
it looks like. All right. Well, here we go. Axe Gauntlets versus Lance. Well, no. Hold on. Axe Lance versus Sword Gauntlets.
3, 2,
trying to say it the other way around. But, Mini versus Addy Mestic starting right now. Looks like Mini is going to be grabbing that lance to start things off. Addy Mestic looking for that sword damage, and he's going to find a little bit of it. But remember, sword doesn't put out as much damage. More about the versatility of the weapon and the avenues of approach that it has access to. So Mini right now using that lance to edge guard as best as he can. We might even see some chainsaws come out. Who knows? But right now, Addy Mestic's caught without a weapon, and that is a very dangerous position, especially when against something like Axe, because it covers so much. Such a dangerous weapon to go unarmed against.
Addy Mestic, he's got the gauntlets against the lance play of M for Mini. Doesn't have to worry about that axe that you were just talking about. And generally speaking, almost every single competitive player I have talked to for the past year since BCX has said, gauntlets lose to Lance. It is a 100% Lance favored matchup, and yet we're seeing it's the axe play from M for Mini that's getting the better of Addy Mestic's gauntlets. The axe getting that clean kill. M for Mini trying to ban out a dodge from Addy Mestic with that dodge in, dodge back. He's got this Lance play in hand, side light neutral air. Nope, Addy gets under, gets the recovery. Recovery not gonna be the kill option just yet, as M4Mini is on this high defense Ulgrim.
Oh, but Addy Mestic's got Mini in a good position to
baited out the recovery.
Kill. Yep, he couldn't hold. Mini knew he couldn't hold on to that recovery because otherwise Addy Mestic could just stuff him down in the corner. So he had to let go of it early. And unfortunately, that just led to him running out of jumps, couldn't do a full recovery, get a side air, down air, back to the wall, and that cost him. And Addy Mestic just played that perfectly. Mini now trying to get a little bit of damage out with the axe, but Addy Mestic getting these perfect, smooth dodges around.
Great positioning from Addy to pick up that side light on the tail end of that side signature. Just enough platform for him to get that side light. And you see in Addy Mestic, he's starting to pick up these gauntlet strings, and that's really what's key. You're going to see gauntlets, generally, they'll start to pick up more and more as the set goes on because they start to recognize the dodge patterns, and that's all that matters for Addy Mestic. He can lose game 1, but if he wins game 2 and game 3, he gets the W, and that's all that matters. M4Mini, lance in hand, gonna try to chase Addy, but Addy picks up a side air, has M4Mini off stage, but M gets back up, picks up the flamethrower, the downlights onto Addy, and that's so much damage behind those flamethrowers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very underrated move, honestly. Being able to throw that out, if you can read your opponent just constantly dodging in, and you know, Addy Mestic playing Val, you kind of have to at certain points. You have to get those approaches, especially with gauntlets. That down light is just a fantastic tool to catch people out, build up a lot of damage. Like we saw Mini do, built it up, got like 2, almost 3 in a row. So that's a lot of damage. And the neutral light coming out from Addy Mestic. Mini off on the side, trying to get back to stage. Addy Mestic looking for the side light to pop him up in the air and get a combo off, but no, it is not going to connect. And looks like Mini Vesson trying to, or Mini, I don't know why I keep saying.
There it is. It's because M4Mini, you think of Mini Vesson. You and me, we're NA boys. Like, we know about the NA players a little bit more than the EU players, but M4Mini is not going to be confused with Mini Vesson, as M4Mini with this Ulgrim is getting the better of Addy Mestic, picks up that down air onto Addy. Nice downlight, sidelight, and Addy. Again, he's mixing up his follow-ups off the sidelight. M4Mini never knows which way to dodge outside of it.
It's very difficult, but he's trying. Addy Mestic playing around this Lance very well. We know Lance does sort of win the matchup in this situation. However, Addy Mestic is just playing the dodges so well, utilizing his movement and ability to take advantage of the gauntlet hitboxes to the best of his ability. It looks like Mini is going to be confirming the side air for that kill, and Addy Mestic is going to bite the dust in that first game.
And this is going to be the graphic for M4Mini. Unfortunately, there's not a lot that is known about M4Mini. He, again, that's not what he looks like. He is not Flamethrower's twin. For those of you who are confused, M4Mini, he plays Taros, or used to play Taros. He does play Axe. That's all you need to know.
The player card right now, and it's fantastic. I mean, technically, I mean, we've seen a lot of like the main picks, like you see like on these player cards, like the main character that they usually stick with.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, you know, that just for Mini's player card, you could just put Axe. You could just put Axe.
He plays
there.
Axe.
Like just a picture of an Axe, because he's been playing Axe so well. Just very clean hits, confirms getting the combos off when he needs them, edge guarding in just the right way, and Ulgrim has the tools for that as well. So, you know, it's a good character. One that is that we're seeing is very cohesive to his play style.
3, 2.
All right, M4Mini is already up 1 over the Addy Mestic, the reason boy. Addy Mestic, though, he's got the gauntlets, and again, is what I was talking about, is with gauntlets, it's okay to lose game 1. It's okay to lose the first stock, as long as you picked up enough information in that first game that game 2, game 3, you win it cleanly with your gauntlet play, recognizing those dodge patterns. But M4Mini with this Axe is just, it's so effective against gauntlets. Those big hitboxes, the huge range, the huge hit, the huge amount of damage behind those hits, so effective. M4Mini, though, he's back to the Lance. He's heard about the matchup knowledge.
I mean, Axe, it's got so much going for it. It's a dangerous weapon. But, you know, right now it's all about whether or not Addy Mestic can play around those spacing that Mini is using with Axe. Oh, the downlight from Gauntlets beating out the sidelight.
Oh, the side sig! Didn't need the second swing as the first swing connects. Addy Mestic not going to get killed. Saved by the island. The pinhole is not where he goes. Down sig almost connects Addy just above that backswing. Down air.
Oh, and Addy
Getting some
Mestic's finding
damage.
a lot of these avenues. He's finding a lot of
Sticking
these
with it.
avenues to connect hits, and as long as he can keep the damage going, he'll put himself in a good position to find a finisher. Because, you know, both of these weapons that Addy Mestic has, great for building damage, getting strings and pushing your opponent, just generally displacing your opponent. But oh, so many close hits coming out, and just so many just very close misses from both of these players right now. And the side air
Hops
from Mini.
right over the neutral light from Addy Mestic. And for Mini, takes the first stock. But Addy, he got the damage. He was on the back foot for a while, but the sword play ends up building up enough damage that M for Mini is in the red. Addy can come back. You know what we haven't seen a lot from Addy? We haven't seen a lot of
What's
outside sigs.
Oh, you know, maybe he's just my boy, and he knows that I don't want to see like a whole bunch of
He's
I
not
saw
here
a
to
lot
play,
in the spring fling, but either way, Addy Mestic is, I think, even when he played Wushang, with the only exception being on Gauntlets, he used a lot of Wushang's Gauntlet down sig. He doesn't really throw out a lot of signatures in general. Maybe he's just not as comfortable on Val with her signatures as he was on Wushang in his signatures. But you know, there's a lot of speculation. There's a side sig for you. But overall, I feel like he's just more comfortable with the light kit in general.
I mean, he does need a little bit more damage onto an Olgrim than he would against, say, something like an Ember. But it is interesting that he hasn't been using that as his kill option. Generally, his kill option has been those recoveries. And we've seen him go for that downlight chase dodge recovery, or it's been a lot of ground pounds, as we saw on this first stock of this game. So far, though, damage is relatively even. It has slowed down as Addy has been chasing, but M for Mini with great positioning has been able to avoid a lot of the attempted swings from Addy. Again, you see him dodge through the nair. Addy picks up that neutral light, ground pound, but M for Mini dodges through immediate recovery, playing like a hammer player. Oh, the recovery hit!
Catching the back end.
Backswing,
oh,
side
that's
air.
dangerous, and there's the kill. Side air. Right, what a fantastic move to pick up right off of that back end hit of the axe recovery. Just catching it on the end. Very well played on Mini's part. Now Addy Mestic doing whatever he can to try to build this lead back. He's got Mini in the red. He's just got to find something strong to finish it off with. For a second, I was expecting a side sig off the edge, but no, Addy Mestic doesn't even need it.
Is he gonna stop?
He's just killing Mini right now, and it's just devastating.
Gets under, picks up that recovery. He's got the gauntlets, throws it away, wants the sword against M for Mini. Does not like the matchup that he's got with these gauntlets. He's gonna stick with the sword. Neutral light pick up. Looking for more neutral lights.
Mini getting the side light, down light combo. Just a great way to build damage on Axe again. And then the signature coming out, but Addy Mestic is gonna punish that in spades. Getting a nice little bit of damage off there. And Mini now looking for a side air and finds it. And as Addy Mestic trying to get something in here, but the damage from sword, not quite as much as he would like as he tries to build up damage on Olgrim, you know, who also has, what, 7 defense? So it's going to be hard for him. It's going to be hard for him to get this damage lead made back up.
But yeah, stats are in M for Mini's favor as far as trades go. Oh, the second swing! Nobody expects the second swing of that side signature. So much range behind it. Addy picks up the neutral sig. M for Mini is off stage. Addy needed to keep M for Mini off stage, but the down sig! M for Mini takes game 2. And just for you guys at home, we've got an updated graphic where there's an Olgrim on top of it. There you go. Addy Mestic getting 2-0'd. Reason Gaming is in the lower bracket, and it is going to be M for Mini who continues on.
And next up, we're actually going to be going into the winners finals, and that is going to be Mini versus Flamethrower in the winners finals. So a lot of the bigger names being sent down through the lower bracket. Surprisingly, and we're going to be seeing Flamethrower, someone who we didn't really see much of before this tournament, going against Mini, who has been surprising. I mean, we've seen him play in the past. We've seen him play pretty decently in some of the Brawl League tournaments in the past and in some of the other EU tournaments as well. But we weren't quite expecting him to be this successful. So it's pretty awesome to see two relatively unknown players get this far.
What it really comes down to, though, in my opinion, is if your face is a Clun's face, I think you're gonna win. As Flamethrower and M for Mini, no pictures of them online. They have wiped their identities clean. M for Mini, he's the Ulgrim. I mean, he's worked this Ulgrim so well throughout the entirety of this tournament to get to the winter finals. Flamethrower on the other side, working that Ember, working that bow play. Both of them have gotten this far. They are in the winners finals, guaranteed top 3, guaranteed lots of circuit points, guaranteed lots of money, as this is the spring championship, the 1v1 for the EU. For those of you who are just now joining, we are in the winners finals, like I said, and we'll be going into Flamethrower and M for Mini.
And we're just blasting right through. And I guess we'll get them started right here so we can get this winners finals underway and find out who between Flamethrower and Mini is going to be taking this down. We have a Ragnar coming out from Flamethrower. I guess he heard what we were talking about earlier.
Yo,
because
it's that,
we were
that
talking
stream
about,
delay?
Flamethrower.
This is an interesting pick. He's been working the Ember throughout the tournament up until this point, but he is going to swap over to the Ragnar. Maybe not as comfortable with the bow in this matchup, or it could be something as simple as he really likes Axe in this matchup. As a Taros player, I know that Axe is kind of my go-to against Lance, and he's seen M for Mini work this Lance, so maybe that's his logic, is he's going to use this Axe, use those downlights to punish aerial approaches from M for Mini's Lance, use that extended range on those neutralites to stuff like grounded side airs. That could be the game plan. I'm surprised he wouldn't go for an Azoth, though, in this situation, as again, his bow play has been immaculate. But we are going to be seeing Flamethrower versus M for Mini. Game 1, winners finals, best of 5, and Flamethrower picks up the Axe.
All right, and it looks like Flamethrower on the Axe. Will we see the downsig, the Flamethrower come out? You never know. I mean, it is his namesake, so I would almost expect to see it this once. But Mini right now, it doesn't matter to him. He is just running coast to coast with this Lance play. Just throwing Flamethrower all over, and now switching up to the Axe. The damage is just non-stop from Mini. He's taken one hit, one side air from Flamethrower, and that is it. He's been... Everything else has been, all the other damage has been Mini. And he's almost got Flamethrower in the red.
And for Mini is trading more effectively against Flamethrower. Flamethrower forced to swap back to the Katars. Recent buff to the Katars might give him the advantage, as he will be able to utilize the speed dodge to get the approaches on top of M for Mini. But we're not seeing a lot of speed dodges. A lot of it has been these dares coming out from Flamethrower, trying to stay vertically above M for Mini, but as M for Mini swaps over to the Lance, Flamethrower takes advantage, sees the opportunity to get that side light and neutral light onto M for Mini. Still advantage to Mini for damage. Falling Nares. Oh, side stick connects. Old school Ragnar. Shoutouts to Multimum.
But right now we have Flamethrower. Oh, Mini going with the edge guard.
Side air.
Oh, lands a side air. Is that going to be it?
Yeah,
I don't think he has enough to get
Mini
back.
knows. He's over on the center of the stage, throwing around axe swings, making sure he knows his axe hitboxes and keeping his fingers warm, as Flamethrower was out of there off that side air. M for Mini back on this Lance. Flamethrower, he's got to start picking up knowledge. Game 1 is not over yet, but if things continue on this path, Flamethrower will likely swap characters, and he just needs to take as much information as he can from Game 1 into Game 2 and Game 3, as, again, this is a best of 5, still plenty of options and opportunities for Flamethrower.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's looking for these things, but right now Mini is playing around him so well, and he's just getting into the red now. Mini is looking so strong, and Flamethrower with the side air to turn things around, goes for the side stick. Mini turning it right around, getting so much coming out just immediately from Mini, and now he's got to find his way back. Flamethrower trying to get that coverage, but no, Mini's recovery is going to be beating out Flamethrower in that instance, in that edge guard, and now both players resetting onto the stage, looking to get back into that neutral game. But Flamethrower looking for the neutral stick, expecting the chase down, but it's not going to happen.
Ooh, on stage, ground pound just enough. That Flamethrower spot dodge would not work out for him. M for Mini, he's gotten Flamethrower in the red on his second stock. Neutralite, disarms. Trying to get that side air. The dodge in down signature, the unarmed down heavy from Flamethrower will even up the stocks, but he's so deep in the red. Katars, this is the opportunity. He's got Katars against an unarmed M for Mini, but immediately the Lance pickup and the side air, the kill.
That's one of those situations where that Mini was just like so ready for. You could see him on stage, just watching Flamethrower, waiting for the perfect opportunity to get in on him and confirm that kill. Flamethrower is trying to find an in right above Mini, looking for, you know, a good position to start or just a land even to reset his positioning, but Mini was just right there and ready for it. Now Flamethrower with Katars, we haven't seen him do much with Katars against Mini in this game, and Mini right now just making sure that that stays the case as he just throws Flamethrower all across the stage.
It's just that the huge swing in hitboxes makes it very difficult for Katars to get on top of him. And for Mini, he's going for these resets with that sidelight. You've seen him, he'll sidelight and then immediately look for the dodge. He's doing that as kind of his kill option on his opponents. He was doing it against Addy Mestic, trying to do the same thing against Flamethrower, but Flamethrower was able to get the punish, but he's still a full stock behind in the red. Mini is disarmed. Oh, fire, but the downlight recovery.
Oh. Gonna connect and Flamethrower gets
toss,
punished, but
nice.
now Flamethrower turning it around with a sidelight weapon throw snipe across the map. Huge plays coming out, trying to even this game up, but Flamethrower has so much work he has to do to get this back to even. Mini
Those
trying to get side air, looking for the side air. You can see it. He's going for these falling side airs, just hoping something connects, because it would really only take one more of these to get Ragnar to go flying off the stage.
Oh, Flamethrower with these Katars. Oh, Mini was able to bait out, picks up the side air. Flamethrower is off stage. Back to the Lance. Sidelight recovery will get the kill, but Flamethrower, you were seeing him start to scratch his way back in with those Katars. Was picking up dares, picking up nairs, picking up a lot of aerial Katar moves. So that's something that he's gonna take into game 2 as he's starting to figure out how he needs to play Katars against Mini's axe.
Well, I mean, essentially, looking at the way that he was playing, honestly, I would just suggest, I mean, he's going back to his Ember pick. What we've been more comfortable, or what he's been more comfortable with this tournament from what we've seen. You know, now it's going to come down to him utilizing the bow to the best of its ability, using its range to get in on where Axe can't cover because he's just too far away. So
3, 2,
the only thing
1, brawl.
I'm thinking right now, Flamethrower is going to have to worry about with his bow is whether or not Mini is on Axe and using like a neutral light, because then he can just jump. You can use that little hop from neutral light to hop over the bow downlight and avoid the hit completely. But either way, game 2 starting right now. Mini trying to make work with that Lance as Flamethrower getting trying to get a lot of damage into the Katars.
Those big axe swings, though. You're seeing him trunk so hard against this low defense Ember, the 4 defense on Flamethrower. Flamethrower, though, getting those neutral lights. And again, M for Mini with those resets, the down air. I think, actually, no, that was a side light. But it's a recovery. The neutral sig. I'm just saying all the wrong moves. Neutral sig is the kill. Flamethrower, no weapons, as M for Mini has completely cleared the board.
That was so clean. I mean, he got such an early kill off of him too, and that perhaps has something to do with Ogrim's high damage, his 2 weapons that deal a large amount of damage themselves, and then not to mention the fact that, you know, Ember just is not. I mean, she's kind of made out of paper mache. You know, she takes a lot of damage.
She's
kind of like
she is an elf. I am surprised. I haven't kept up with the Lance combos, but I'm surprised Ember Mini hasn't been going for those sidelight neutral sigs. That used to be a true combo. Again, I don't know if it's still true, but it was a really strong option, especially for Olgrims. One of the things that did keep him in the meta when a lot of people weren't a big fan of him was that true combo, that sidelight into the neutral signature. But Ember Mini instead, he's been hitting these sidelight nairs and then trying to follow up afterwards. Might be just higher potential combo He does have Flamethrower in the red again on the second stock. We're seeing kind of a repeat of game 1 as Mini with his Lance play. Sidelight, there's the neutral sig. He's got the stream up. He's listening.
Either way, Mini is just putting in a lot of work, but oh, the weapon throw almost killing Flamethrower off the top after bouncing him down. That just goes to show how much damage Flamethrower has accrued during this stock. And there he goes, the recovery coming out, confirming the kill for Flamethrower on his last stock. Mini still working off his first one. Flamethrower has to effectively get a 3 stock onto Mini in order to bring this back. Now I'm
gotta get the reverse 3 stock. Oh, but a recovery will be the start of it. Not too much damage built on Flamethrower, but he is a squishy character, as we have said time and time again. Mini, he's got the axe. Ooh, neutralites, but Flamethrower a little bit behind him, not gonna get picked up.
All right, now it looks like Mini looking for this axe damage. You know, every single one of these hits is devastating to Flamethrower because it's just so much damage that he's taking. Every hit, every sidelight, every down air, everything that he does is just like almost 15 to 20 damage, and that you just can't afford to take that kind of damage as Ember, especially playing something like bow and guitars where you got to get on top of your opponent, and Olgrim can just cover those zones. Now they're off stage. Flamethrower trying to confirm the kill, looking for the side air. Finds a side air, but he's going to be knocking Mini back on stage.
Flamethrower is coming back. He's gotten Mini in the red. Mini could have afforded to start trading out, just swinging out of hit stun, but Flamethrower, he's been able to kind of wrestle it back. There we're starting to see the clashes come out. Nice punish from Mini.
Now Flamethrower, going for the side sig, but doesn't
Weapon
connect.
toss.
It finds a neutral air
Disarmed.
instead. Oh, Mini's got a chance now. The Flamethrower is disarmed. Well, not anymore, but he's got a bow.
Past tense.
Was.
Cool. Fuzzy neutral air will be Flamethrower's kill. Sticking with this bow, his bow. It's so good. Intelligent decision. He's in position, recognized where the weapon spawn was going to be. Maybe there's a pattern to that. As he picks up a neutral light, almost went for the side air follow-up. Not sure. I think, isn't neutral light into neutral air true?
If it's true, it's extremely close, and he might have just gotten the timing just off enough that it was just unfortunately missed. But Mini now trying to get this damage. Oh, this is Lance damage. Oh, Lance throw, getting the down air to avoid the Lance throw without having to use his dodge. Very smart play on Flamethrower's part. And he's in a
running out of jumps.
Position. Oh, could this be it? Mini,
he got the reset.
The top option.
Oh, where was the recovery? No recovery from Flamethrower.
I mean, technically speaking, no. Okay, so what happened is he used it earlier against Mini to get
and then
back
Mini got
onto
the
stage.
side air before Flamethrower could reset. I didn't catch that.
Yep. So he lost his recovery before he got hit across, so he didn't have any way to get back. And I think he was I think he kind of missed that option as well. So he was expecting the recovery. He was probably pressing it as hard as he could in that moment, but it just wasn't there. But it looks like they're going to be going into game 3. Mini 2 games up onto Flamethrower. Flamethrower showing that he did a little bit better that time around against. So maybe the Ember pick is the way to go. You know, you just gotta find that little. I don't know. He's got to find it. He's got to find it.
Just a little something. It's like one of those secret recipes, and he needs that secret ingredient to just make his sauce just right. He might have to hit up part of the cream.
Formula?
Yes. Ravioli, give me the formuoli, says Flamethrower. Nice downlight into the neutral light onto Mini, but Mini has gotten the weapon, and this has been such a devastating weapon against Flamethrower. You're starting to see it pick up the side air.
Oh, Flamethrower is spending a lot of time in the air. Very dangerous against a Lance axe carry. Very dangerous against Olgrim in general. Because, I mean, Mini, we saw it in his last game as well. He's no stranger to just letting their opponent spend so much time in the air and then catching him as soon as he runs out of options before he gets to the ground. And that's what Flamethrower has been doing quite a bit, actually. And you can see Mini, he's just sticking to the ground, waiting for Flamethrower to use a lot of his aerial options and then just punish as soon as he gets close. But Flamethrower doing a great job of just slowly chipping damage onto Mini in order to just put him into that, you know, killable range, using his movements a little bit better this time around. He's got Mini on the side.
And for Mini, just underneath that side air, able to avoid it. Side sig, the second swing, same thing. Uses the Lance side sig. Flamethrower tries to spot dodge it, expecting maybe the down sig or the neutral sig. But M for Mini gets that side signature and takes the stock off of Flamethrower. But we're back to the same neutral game. Flamethrower, he had the hints of what he needed. The side signature picks up. We're back to even. We're seeing Flamethrower. If this was a best of 7 Flamethrower, he's been working it. But this is a best of 5. This is his last opportunity. Otherwise, he's going down to the loser's bracket. Can he do it in this game? Get to the next game. He's been slowly ramping back into this, recognizing how he needs to play against M for Mini.
Well, right now it looks like M for Mini is going to be holding that edge, but Flamethrower getting the gravity cancel down light to get back onto stage. Very smart play coming out from him. The range and the motion on that move allows him to get back very easily, almost not safely, because I mean, if it is dodged, there's a lot of punish time, but I mean, just a very good option off stage. But either way, Mini now has Flamethrower off on the side, and Flamethrower is caught without a weapon. Misses the opportunity to pick it up, and Mini is just going to be denying him. But the recovery, he doesn't even care. And Flamethrower is using unarmed against him right now. And you know what? Maybe that's exactly what he needs, covering this diagonal.
Play a game unarmed. M for Mini.
Mean, there was a game yesterday in the Fable Combo Breaker qualifier where both players played completely unarmed for their first match. I don't know why, but it was really fun to watch. But unarmed it just goes to show that unarmed does have a good kit, but it doesn't matter.
It's good. It's solid. M for Mini off stage. Flamethrower can't get the touch, and you saw Mini recognize it. Was already up on stage. Wasn't even floating on the wall, trying to catch him with a down air or a ground pound or a gravity cancel down sig. No, he's like, I'm gonna sit on stage. I'm gonna wait. We're good. Flamethrower trying to get that pop-up recovery. Still very close, but M for Mini starting to widen this gap with these side light neutral airs. Those neutral airs are hitting the neutral airs. Goes for a recovery read. He can afford it as he's already gotten Flamethrower in the orange on his final stock.
Oh man, Flamethrower is working so hard to try to bring this back. He needs the kill. Oh, just misses the neutral air.
Oh, it's still active.
It gets bopped on the head.
Take that 7 damage.
Backing up. And there it is. There's that gravity cancel downlight again, catching Mini out. Oh, but
Nice
the side
punish.
air coming out. This could be it. Mini getting another side air. And that is it.
it.
There's no way that he can get back.
And M for Mini gonna power up at the end because, you know, he's done. So like at the end of your fight, you power up because you're like, that wasn't even my final form. That's what M for Mini was saying. Like, there's more behind that. M for Mini, question mark, 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 question mark.
Another form? Does that mean he goes to like? Does that mean he uses the yellow color next?
I don't know, man. I don't know what M for Mini's next level is. I haven't seen it. I don't know who has, but that was well played from M for Mini. Coming up next, we are going down into the lower bracket. I don't know. This is I'm gonna say that the next is the lower bracket, right?
It is lower bracket is up next. Before we get into the current game, we could take a quick teeny tiny little look at where we've come from. And lower bracket now in top 8, we could see Doughbrain and TB facing off against each other right after this game. We got Viper and Lance facing off right now, and the winner of this game is going to be playing against Exodus, who we saw doing a lot of work with.
The Taros.
Well, I mean, a lot of characters, really.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. He had the Cassidy as well as the Jala, but I'm going to pretend that he only plays Taros. Lance versus Viper is coming up. But okay, you said.
To be fair,
what's up?
To be fair, Taros was his most successful character that we've seen.
That's
only
one.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I would say you're right.
I would say I'm right. Someone's gonna say I'm right. But coming up, we've got Lance and Viper. We've got the Thatch. No more Koji from Lance. He's back on the Scarlet. This is the character that we know him for. This is the character that you and I have seen Lance play time and time again. This is what he's been playing all the way back into, you know, BCX, pre-BCX, BCS. I mean, like, I want to say, like, he played it in friendly fight. He played it in Compton EMTs tournaments. Like, he goes back with
Was he even back that far?
I don't even know if he
was
used to
around back
play
then.
that
I don't
long.
think so. I don't think he was back then. I mean, but maybe in spirit he was doing that. You know, back at closed alpha before he even heard of the game, he was still playing Lance. Lance, I mean, for the longest time, he's just been Scarlet player from the start. So this is a character long time in the making for Lance. You gotta love it, especially just sticking to a character that long. I mean, it's also kind of like Crocky playing Ada or Noel playing Koji. I mean, the first. I mean, obviously they're playing in the NA tournament, but like, you gotta love watching players who just they love their character and the way they feel so much that they're just willing to stick with them no matter what.
On
it's
the other
a story
side,
to tell.
Viper with this Thatch. He's been playing Thatch for a apparently he's like the only competitive Thatch according to Sloshula. So Viper, he's got a strong enough Thatch that Sloshula is calling him out and saying that he's been playing it, and PKPR is like dead, right? So that's
I mean, I haven't seen really Thatch players since PKPR. There was a Rockefeller back in the day, but we haven't seen him either. And oh man, I kind of miss all these Thatch fades. I want to say that there was another one, but I can't
Getting
remember.
distracted though. Lands in the red. Viper, the gunplay. This is what I was talking about. Viper's got insane guns. Kind of just absolutely destructive guns. Dismantling the medium defense of this Scarlet. I think it's a 5 defense character, but the high force Scarlet is not able to trade if he can't get the hits.
And right now, Viper, he's got the edge guard advantage, but
Side
Lance is going to be
sig!
making it back, and the side sig getting
Game
beat
of
out
chicken.
by
Viper
Vipers.
wins.
Gosh, the range on that just barely edging out onto Lance.
Oh!
Side sig, and the upward momentum just building up that damage onto Lance. I mean, brand new stock. Viper's in the orange. Lance
Viper
has the
with his
potential to just
gunplay.
take him out, and Viper doesn't care.
But Lands does get the sidelight side air. Looking for the side air. Michael for recovery. Can't quite get the hit. Viper gets the ground pound. Lands is down. We are looking very strong for Viper. Could be a potential 3 stock as Lands can come back. He's got the Scarlet. High force character means high kill potential. Viper running out of jumps. Probably going to go down. Yep, the ground pound will clean it up. No 3 stock for Viper, but still full stock advantage.
I think in that moment, Lands just found his footing, you know? Just getting that edge guard, getting these strong hits against Thatch. I mean, he's got enough. Oh, he's taking it coast to coast with this. These hot Lance strings that we love to see. And now Viper trying to turn things around, get that damage back just a little bit, but Lance is keeping the pressure going. He's got the momentum, and this pressure that he's putting down is just...
He's coming back into this. The side airs and dares are getting the better of Viper, but he's back to the guns, which are his weapon of choice. His bread and butter weapon toss. Viper gets past. No ground pound from Lands as it does get interrupted by the neutralize, and Viper, he's taking it back. He said, I know you're trying to show up. I know you're trying to play with this Lance, but I'm going to go ahead and swing on you with this gunplay. Ground pound is going to do it. Game 1 goes the way of Viper.
Viper took that so cleanly. I mean, he held on to his first stock for almost a minute and 45 seconds, and then they finished that game off in just over 2. Such a fast game. I mean, in the very beginning, I was thinking about it and watching Viper get these like very quick kills. I mean, it was a kill every 45 seconds. And now Lance switching up.
Ooh.
I will say,
okay.
I know, I was actually, someone was telling me earlier that Lands actually had this on the back burner as a possible pocket pick. So him pulling this out, this is going to be very interesting. This is going to be at least the first streamed tournament match that I know of someone playing Yumiko.
Well, I mean, Yumiko was played in the streaming tournament, but this is going to be interesting to see Lands playing this Yumiko in the 1v1 against Viper. Again, Lands, we're familiar with his Lands play. His hammer play was not too shabby on the Scarlet, but we will see how interestingly he can do with his bow. Trying to space out Viper. He is trading relatively effectively, which is pretty hard with this Yumiko, as Yumiko is not a high force character. Instead, she's kind of a more dex speed centric, more pressure focused character. Trying to chase down Viper. Down 6.
Oh, he gets the fireballs out, but they don't connect. Viper trying to cover the weapon.
Nice
Center of the map. Oh, goes for the down air. Ooh, and Lance has to get back through the shenanigans zone. Finds a hammer, but the
cannonballs!
Cannonballs!
Cannonballs! Not gonna kill. Lands barely able to touch.
Gosh. Oh, it's almost a shame that that didn't kill because you gotta love the cannonballs. I mean, it's like the one of the only real. I mean, I guess in this instance you have both of the characters that have sort of projectile ults throwing them out, and that's the kill. Stomp side air, just very cleanly done from Lands, but man, two of the only projectile Sig characters, Yumiko with her fireballs and Thatch with his cannonballs. Oh man.
We've seen the down 6, we've seen the Will-O-Wisps coming out from Lands' bow, but Viper clean downlight side air. We're seeing clean kills both sides. Lands, he got that stomp side air. Viper gets the sword downlight side air, but Lands is back. He's gonna be on this hammer, which it seems like he's favoring the bow in this Yumiko match. It is interesting as like I said, with the Scarlet, he is slightly more familiar with the hammer. Using that down sig, trying to space Viper, but Viper's got the gun, so much range on it.
Oh, he's covering that wall option very well. Lands trying to get back, looking for some way to get touch, but he manages to find it. Gets back through the shenanigans zone, and Viper is going to be looking for the kill as he's got Lands pretty deep in the red. But Lands, looking for the sig, misses and gets completely punished by Viper's recovery as that kills him right off the top. And now Lands on his last stock. If he bites it here, that is it for his tournament run, and Viper will be moving on. But Viper, oh my gosh, building up so much damage right now.
Lands off stage. Viper goes into the shenanigans. Lands tries to wait it out and go for that ground pound on the tail end of that recovery, but Viper just a little bit movement outside of it. Side lights so he can pick up this gun. Lands needs to get a finishing move. Get the side air. There's a falling nair onto Viper. Not able to get that second hit. Weapon toss to interrupt. Cannonballs. Lands goes very low, recognizing those. Oh, the side stick. Tournament stock. Lands gets underneath. Goes back up, wants to challenge. Side air from Viper says you can't challenge me. Ground pound from Viper. Game 2 goes the way of the Viper. I had a snake joke, but really I was gonna say Cobra, and that's not even close to the same snake.
Well, I mean, they're both snakes, so yeah, you could have. I'm sure you could have slithered it right in.
Anyways, game 2 goes the way of Viper. Well played from Viper. The gunplay, the Thatch play. We're seeing more Thatch play as coming up. We've got Dobrain versus TB. This is our first time seeing Dobrain today.
Yeah, and it looks like he's playing Wushang. I know he's been, I mean, he was really, really comfortable on Scythe for a while, but now I guess there's something he knows about gauntlets or something he's seen that is just, he's really bent on using. So part of me is kind of disappointed we're not seeing any Scythe because, I mean, it's really fun to watch them pull out a lot of strings. But Dobrain on Wushang is going to be one heck of a force to be reckoned with. And TB on Thatch, we've been seeing a lot of Thatch come out today. And we saw TB play earlier against Flamethrower, and he did a pretty good job, but Flamethrower did just eke out ahead.
No,
but,
Ika's later.
Yeah, in the NA tournament. I know. But I'm just saying. TB and Dobrain. Also, you know, another thing you can't ignore, they're both players that went to CEO. So
got to meet both of them. Dobrain, very unfamiliar with American food. TB, very unfamiliar with escape rooms. Two very cool guys. They were at CEO Dreamland. I believe Dobrain is going to be at the next upcoming tournament, Combo Breaker, at the end of May. So still plenty more lands, plenty more tournaments for the Brawlhalla scene, but we are going to get into it. It is going to be TB and Dobrain, game 1 of this EU tournament in the set.
You said many more lands, but we just saw him play.
3, 2.
Well, I mean, he could come back. I know apparently he's going to take a 2-week break for his test or something like that, but he's not out of the scene just yet.
Well, he's out of this tournament now. But anyway, TB and Dobrain going hard against each other, and TB getting a lot of this good damage starting off. Just a little bit more damage.
Oh,
but
double sidelight.
Dobrain just getting a ton of damage off onto.
I'm sure they've scrimmed before, so Dobrain, sorry, not Daiku, Dobrain, familiar with the dodge movements of TB, was able to pick up that second sidelight, knows that TB wanted to dodge out after that sidelight, to pick up the second one, pick up that recovery afterwards. But TB with this sword play is building this damage. We're seeing Dobrain actually kind of playing safe, wants to bait TB into an attack so that he can punish with a falling Sair, falling Nair.
It looks like TB, it looks like Daiku is really going in for these Dobrain is going in for these neutral air. Did I say Daiku?
It's okay. I did too. I mean, Daiku was the OG Enix player, right? They're teammates, or they were teammates in the 2v2 scene. So it's a simple mistake. It's alright. It's cool. It's TB. Guns, downlight side X.
I think this is the first time we've actually seen Spear played on stream as well in this tournament. People, I guess, shying away from Spear after the recent downlight changes, but Dobrain making it work right now as he's got really heavy damage on the TB, but it doesn't matter as he just downlight Sairs a very clean kill right off on the side on the Dobrain. Now Dobrain's got to figure out a way to get a nice quick response if he wants to bring this back to even.
We are seeing Dobrain trying to bait with his dodges, going for the dodge in, dodge back. Trying to bait TB into a swing, but he's not falling for it. TB staying floaty above Dobrain. Might see Dobrain start change up his approach. He's staying very grounded. Could see a neutral sig come out as TB gets at kind of that half jump height. But it's going to be a sidelight into a recovery for Dobrain. Again, that's the power of gauntlets, is the mind games. Never know if he's going to go for the double sidelight or a dodge down sidelight or anything else. Instead, this time Dobrain just goes for a recovery for the kill.
I mean, sometimes it's just that simple, you know? Just one simple recovery to confirm a kill and nothing any more complicated than that. Even though gauntlets kind of make it seem like you need to do that because there's so many cool things you can do. But either way, now Dobrain looking for an in right now, but TB is covering the options really well. That versatility from the sword is showing that he can cover any area that he needs to in case Dobrain tries to make a different approach.
Backing up, not going to pick up the spear. TB is covering it. Neutral lights on both sides. Ground pounds right on top of it. Weapon toss. No egg drop. Goes for a second weapon toss, but TB gets back up. Neutral lights away. Back to the gauntlets. Are we going to see the string? Side signatures coming out from TB, and Dobrain is just taking him to the face. TB is catching him on the edges of those dodges.
And Dobrain right now trying to make these gauntlets work, having what looks like a tough time getting a lot of damage in as TB just kind of controls this battle. And Dobrain finding the neutral light, pushing TB off onto the side. Dobrain backing off, kind of letting him go because I guess he's not comfortable facing off against TB on the edge, something he knows about just his experience playing against him. It looks like Dobrain is going to be sticking with the spear, looking for a downlight, but the read is not there, and TB catches him with a side sig as the punish. And oh, Dobrain just makes it back, using the spear kit to the fullest, trying to just push TB even further off. But Dobrain looking for the kill, but it is going to be TB instead with the recovery, killing Dobrain off the top.
Dobrain on his final stock. TB is in the red. Dobrain just needs one hit, but TB with his sword play. Shoving him around. TB's off stage. No dare. Back on stage.
Dobrain is caught without a weapon. You know, we haven't seen... oh, there it is, the recovery. I was about to say, any of these hot downlight recoveries coming up, but there he goes, getting the kill with it. And TB... Now, they're both doing a little bit of shadow stepping as well. Or stutter stepping, not shadow stepping, that's the other one. TB now with the guns trying to make something work, but Dobrain getting those hot dodge-ins, getting some of that damage, some of the pressure, displacement pressure at least, with those gauntlets to work onto TB. There's another neutral light coming out. Damage being built up very handily by Dobrain now with these gauntlets. And TB now deep in the red, in a very difficult position. Needs to figure out a way to come back.
Side lights. Dobran likely looking for that recovery. It's been his kill option. No signatures really. Very unlike Multimum, the other big Wushang player of EU. There we're starting to see the signatures come out. But Multimum is a big fan of that down signature. Surprised to see Dobran not doing something similar. Where's the recovery?
Oh,
the attempt.
That neutral air bouncing TB off the floor very closely. Almost landing that in recovery. That would have confirmed the kill, but TB right now looking to turn things around. Almost has Dobran in the red, but TB, that is going to be it. He was so deep in the red that there's no way that he could have survived that. And that is the first game going to Dobran, dealing almost 700 damage.
Well played from Dobran to make that. It was a little bit of a comeback. TB was getting the better of him, but Dobran cleaned it up. Got game 1, and we are going to be going into a game 2 between TB and Dobran. Will TB swap characters? I'm not sure. I don't have that screen up. Do you know? Is he going to go back to cross?
Well, TB, you know, it's possible. We saw him play cross. No, he's going to be going to Val. It's going to be a gauntlet matchup.
Gauntlet mirror
Sword
match.
versus spear, but both of these players going gauntlets. Dobran, he just won on it, so it makes sense. TB switching up to it. You know, I almost would have thought, though, like you said, going to cross. I mean, we know what he can do with guns. It's kind of surprising that he's going with this pick.
Well, we are going to get right back into it. Likely it'll be Small Mammoth, very infrequently. If that's on the board, will it go any other direction? Dobran versus TB, game 2. TB on tournament stock for the spring championship. Will he be able to win it?
Well, they're both going to try. They're going for this W right now, and Dobran and TB game 2. Right now, both of these players have gauntlets, so it's going to be a lot of gauntlet back and forth. I mean, if there's anything to be said, back in Spring Fling, gauntlets were a huge force to be reckoned with, so you can definitely know that gauntlets are a big EU favorite weapon, even though we haven't seen it too much.
Oh, the chase, the sidelight recovery, Nair from Dobran. Clash, ground pound. TB's in a whole lot of trouble. Doesn't have the movement. First stock goes the way of Dobran. Technically, the first game won the way of Dobran too.
Both ways you look at it.
Any way you slice it. Gauntlet play
Either
again.
way,
Nair,
Dobran
neutral light.
Dobran with the hot gauntlet combos, and he's just putting the pressure onto TB right now, and TB is just not looking as hot as he did in the last game. And with movement that fast on the wall, you're just asking to get a wall slip too. Dobran is just putting this kind of pressure on him, and you can see it in TB. He's trying to play a little bit more safe, but Dobran is just getting this damage off. But TB finally finding an answer to something here.
Does pick up that side light, neutral light. Picks up a side air, does disarm. This is his opportunity as Dobran does not have the gauntlets. Oh, doesn't get the full force of that recovery. And so Dobran will hold on for a little while longer.
Looks like they're both dodging in now, looking for these approaches. I mean, both characters are Val wanting to dodge in for a lot of her attacks. I mean, that sword gauntlet combo. Oh,
ground pound connects.
Dobran stuck in those active frames, stuck in the wall, couldn't move anywhere. And TB took complete advantage of it, as he should have, and got that kill so cleanly.
And he is evening it up. Going to try to deny this weapon. Goes for the weapon toss for a little bit, but ends up disarming himself as he's not able to pick it up thanks to those neutral layers from Dobran right on top of the weapon. Can't get that anti-air downlight. There it is. Downlight into a side air for Dobran.
Oh, but Dobran using the spear spacing so well right now. Getting a lot of damage, a lot of poke damage. Just pushing TB left and right. Just getting the reads on a lot of these hits. Doing a very, very good job in this matchup right now. Going for the down sig, but is not going to connect to TB. Looking for an entryway with these gauntlets, but he's not finding anything right now.
Dobran looking for a lot of signatures on the TB, but TB has been able to avoid a lot of them. You saw him go for the side sig. Dobran finally punishes, but the ground pound gets interrupted from the weapon toss from TB. TB looking for more of those weapon tosses. Very similar. Great read from Dobran. I'm going to completely stop what I was saying as he gets the double side light. Saw TB was going to go for the dodge down, so he picks up the second side light into the recovery. Well played. Just solid gauntlet play. That's how you play gauntlets.
All right, now Dobrain is working around the stock. He's not quite. He's like halfway in the orange right now, just trying to space this out. Look for these openings into TB's defense, and TB is just getting caught out by Dobrain's gauntlet play. And but he finds the sword neutral light. Dobrain going off the side. If he lands a ground pound, that's a very bad position for TB to get back into. But no, he gets back onto stage. TB finding the recovery, and both of these players just playing this neutral game so well, dancing around each other, respecting each other's play.
Neutral light does send Dobrain off stage, but he's got the gauntlets. Lots of horizontal movement. He's going to swap on over to the spear. Maybe thinks TB is recognizing his gauntlet play a little bit too much, or he just wants it for that anti-air, as TB has been kind of staying aerial against the gauntlets. But now we're seeing TB swap over to this grounded play to pick up the side signature. Gravity cancel salutes his friend, but we are far from over, as this is only game 2. Even if TB wins this, we are going to a game 3.
And this is a very close game between the two. I mean, TB definitely showing that he can do work with these gauntlets, feeling a little bit more comfortable than he did at the beginning of the match, it seems, as he's been able to more reliably build up damage, find these kills as the game has progressed. So he's finally figuring out Dobrain's pattern, so to speak. Looks like Dobrain just dancing around looking for these openings, and I don't know, he doesn't look as confident going in on TB right now as he did earlier. TB almost getting caught out by the ground pound. Dobrain finding a ground pound off on the edge, though. Going down that push-off column. TB almost getting hit by another ground pound. Dobrain is just throwing these out, but no, TB does manage to make it back. Super, super close. Each one of those ground pounds could have spelled disaster, but no, TB kept a level head and managed to make it back.
Ground pound connects. Dobrain takes it down. Game 2 going the way of the Dobro, the Russian mafia maker, the king of kings. And look at all those characters. Look at this card. Look at all those characters. He's got an Ash. He's got Nada. He's got a Mordex. He's apparently got a Wushang.
Can you just put the training room in there too? Because he is one of the people who I know spends some of the most time in the training room. So, I mean, if he can play everybody, I mean, it makes sense, because let's be honest, he spends so much time working on everyone, looking at all the frame data that, I mean, I would almost expect him to play everyone. But either way, we got our next matchup coming in. We've seen both of these players play a little earlier. We saw Viper just beat Lands out in a very close matchup. We saw Exodus up in the upper brackets, playing crazy axe plays. So this should be a very exciting game nonetheless. Nonetheless, whatever. Either way.
Viper versus Exodus. We are going to be seeing Exodus. I don't know who he's going to play. He's got the Terrace. We talked about that. He's got the Cassidy. He's got the Brawlhalla. Viper on the other side has basically just played Thatch, and his Thatch has been amazing. He's hit cannonballs. He's hit side zigs. He's hit Thatch moves that nobody else hits, because nobody really plays Thatch. The low defense generally will shy people away, and you're gonna see it as we get into this. The high force versus that low defense means Exodus is going to be chunking onto Viper. It's gonna be on Viper to kind of get the better of Exodus, keep so much pressure on top of him that he won't be able to swing on him.
And you know, I think it's a good thing that Exodus is bringing back this Terrace. I mean, we saw him with so much success earlier on in the tournament. That heavy axe play, that high damage coming out, especially against someone like Thatch. I mean, that low defense. And I don't think either one of these players are going with a stance. This is going to be very devastating if both of these characters trade out, because I think Exodus will come out on top if they both trade blow for blow.
We are seeing the maps get banned out. Small Mammoth still on the board, and that is going to be the map of choice. I didn't get to look at the fantasy thing, but is there a how many times is Small Mammoth going to be unpicked?
I'll be honest, I didn't get to see it either, so it might be one of the questions that showed up again.
There's going to be a lot. Exodus versus Viper. Exodus picks up the axe. Side light, down light is going to be the question. No, it's going to be a gravity cancel down light. Stay in aerial against Viper, trading back and forth. Viper's getting the better. The side air sends Exodus off stage, but he's got plenty of jumps. Gets back up, but immediately takes a down air from Viper. Side air back off stage. Side air again. Exodus, no jumps. Gonna go down. First stock goes the way of the Viper.
Oh man, just so quickly as well. I mean, Viper is, I mean, that's one of the things that we were talking about earlier with low defense characters. If you don't get hit, then I mean, you are in such a good position to do everything else, because where you lack in defense, you gain in pretty much every other stat. And I mean, if you're not taking hits, defense doesn't matter, and that's what we see right now. Viper just dealing damage, getting a lot of the 7 strength hits out. But Exodus turning around, getting a lot of heavy hammer hits. Each one of those hammer
side
air attacks doing like 20, 25 damage. Huge.
Did he touch?
Oh, Viper
he touched. Side airs.
Oh.
But Exodus is in the orangish reddish, almost in kill percent against Viper, and we've seen just the absolute pressure from Viper on the sword as well. Not going to be the gunplay that's really giving him the advantage over this Taro. It's the sword play that's just been chopping up Exodus. Ground pound connects. Spot dodges through the weapon toss, but no recovery comes out. Down air. Back to the sword. Downlight can't get the downlight recovery. Weapon toss.
Oh,
look
Exodus.
at how far he got sent from a weapon toss. That's not a kill move.
Oh, but there it is.
Do it.
That's the kill move. The neutral air from Viper's sword coming out, finishing off Exodus in that second stock. And now he's got the advantage. He's got the guns, the premier damage builders of this matchup right now.
Nice.
And Exodus just playing around it so well. He knows what he has to do, and now Viper's in a very bad position. I don't know if he can.
Ground pound. Great movement from Exodus to get outside of the last blast of the recovery and then get on top for that ground pound just in time. Evens it up. His hammer play baited out the downlight so that he could get that dodge into the stomp side air, which led to that kill. Great movement from Exodus, but he's disarmed. The sword play is coming out, juggling Exodus. Side sig doesn't connect. Still close.
I mean, he's got a lot of damage to go if he wants to get Exodus into the red. But, you know, as we just saw, he can almost get, I mean, what was considered back in the old days. Oh, that looked like a little bit of a misstep right there. And Viper just kind of went off on the edge. That could have gone so poorly. But Viper managing to recover and get back, and he's just lost all of his momentum from that side air.
This is that Taros force that we were talking about. Viper was doing so well when he was able to keep so much pressure on Exodus that he couldn't swing back. But the second that Exodus starts regaining his footing, you're seeing Viper get chunked. The weapon toss comes out. He needs this hit, but Exodus gets back up safely. They are so even. This could go either way. You're seeing Viper trying to go for these long-range weapon tosses because he doesn't want to get too close.
Exodus is just surviving so barely from every single one of these moves. And
Nice
the neutral air coming out to deny the ground pound.
The recovery.
Player one.
That could have gone either way. That was so close. That could have gone either way.
The damage differential was 7. There was a 7 damage difference between the two of these players. That just shows you how close it was.
We're going right back into it. Exodus, you saw him start to regain composure, start to slow down, and kind of recognize how he needs to play, that he just needs to just chunk against Viper and not let Viper put this pressure out, dodge outside of his strings. But Viper, if you can keep that pressure cooker going, you're going to see it just destroy Exodus's stock, which we saw at the very start of game 1.
It looks like Viper getting a lot of this early damage with guns off, like we saw in the last game. If he can keep this up, that's a very, I mean, we saw exactly what happened in the last game. I mean, he got a lot of early damage off of the guns, got the kill less than 30 seconds into the match. And right now he's just, it looks like he's about to go the same way. Maybe not 30 seconds or so, but still pretty fast.
Oh.
Exodus, just getting right above him, trying to get Viper out with his own ground pound recovery, but it's not going to catch. Now Exodus off on the side, and Viper's going to get that side air, and that is it. Very quick kill off of Viper.
Back on the hammer against the gunplay, but the downlight side air connects. Backs up, goes for the cannonballs. Exo dodges straight through it. Opportunity here, but Viper with the disengage hits the cannonballs, gets the second blast as well.
Double cannonballs. As someone who plays Thatch every once in a while, it is so gratifying to watch that move connect, especially with the 2-hit. Oh man, you gotta love it. But Viper right now, he's got to get back onto the stage. Exodus
Nice
trying
dodge.
To,
Oh,
he
he
baited
didn't
out
have
his dodge.
He didn't have a move. He had to dodge out against that recovery. So I don't blame the attempt. I even complimented it, but I thought he had a recovery in his kit. Exodus able to force out the dodge to even up the stocks. He's hitting these hammer strings. The weapon toss into the falling nair. Side air connects though. Sends Exodus off stage. Again, the side air from Viper to take back the lead.
And now Exodus again on his last stock. We saw what he did last time. I mean, he ended up taking the whole game after being sent down into his last stock, but maybe Viper's got a different plan of attack this time. Just take things a little bit more carefully, avoid some of those hits. I mean, things you would normally want to do at Brawlhalla, but either way, you want to just make sure that you can confirm this kill. There it is. The neutral state coming out. Oh my gosh, but that's going to kill off the top, that recovery.
Evened up, Exodus in the red. Stuffs the signature, but immediately takes a downline side air. He is so damaged right now. He's got to keep hitting Viper. Recovery connects. He's back up, but he goes back down.
Oh.
He wants to keep on top of him. There's a nice down air.
I mean, Exodus is trying to stay right above Viper. You can see him looking for those down airs, something to just build up a little bit of damage here and there. And now all of these recoveries, all these aerial moves coming out, and Viper landing the side air, and that's going to confirm the kill. Viper taking game number 2, evening up this set, and we're going to go into game 3. Who is going to take this? Who knows? But what do you want to see in the chat? I want to see some hype because I can't throw any. I can't throw shade, but they can.
Exodus will get knocked out. Viper will continue on with this Thatch play. The cannonballs, the signatures, the gunplay. Well played, but it's not over. I don't know why I'm pretending that it's over.
Yeah, we're going into game 3.
Yeah, we're going into a game 3. For some reason I thought that Viper had won game 1. Nope, it was Exodus who barely won it out. 7 damage over Viper, but we're going to game 3, and it's going to be a Bryn swap. Was not liking that Taros against Viper with this gunplay.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
All right, well, Exodus switching things up to Spear and getting a lot of these nice little tipper attacks, just hitting the edge of these hitboxes and making the most out of this Spear spacing. And right now, Viper seems to be having a lot of trouble dealing with it. The fast kill, 20 seconds.
No damage on Exodus.
What the heck?
Completely
that was a perfect
clean.
Stock. That was a perfect 20-second stock. Exodus wasn't even touched there, and that finisher and the gravity cancel Spear neutral sig was huge.
But the
Cleanest
sword play comes
stock.
out. Can he get the gimp? Ground pound. Oh, the turnaround. He's got a recovery. So Viper will survive, but Exodus is far from done. The big swings on the Spear play. Staying unarmed against Viper, backs up, picks up the Spear. This is the kill weapon. Dodges under, can't get that recovery. Nice weapon toss into a pickup there. Side air.
All right.
Side air.
Well, I mean, we see Exodus on the Spear again. Oh, and he throws it away.
Oh,
And he gets
right
ground
into the
pounded.
ground
That's it.
pound.
Viper's turned this around.
Oh, the AoE from the ground pound from Viper as Exodus was going for the down air to get back to the wall. Didn't quite have the horizontal movement, and Viper saw the opportunity and picked up the ground pound for an immediate kill. Viper taking back the lead off that huge early start from Exodus.
And Viper, look at the damage buildup on Viper right now.
Guns!
Non-stop landed gun attacks. Like, he
Oh.
just very quickly
Uh-oh.
took Exodus.
He's got to
stuck
dodge.
himself.
He's got to
No.
dodge.
Up throw combo into the
Side
into the
sig
recovery.
connects! Viper! Just like
2,
that. I thought Exodus was going to come back and be swinging over the fences. He had such a huge lead, but then Viper, he's just like, nah, bro, like, I got to win this. I got circuit points and I got money to win. Takes down his clanmate, gets the side signature, and Viper is going to win it 2-1 over Exodus.
That was insane. How in the world did it go from such an insane active spear destructive play from Exodus in the beginning to such a dominant performance by Viper and his guns in the end? That was one of the craziest matches we've seen so far, hands down.
Really well played on both sides. But coming up next, we've got a Wushang on Addy Mestic, a Wushang on Dobrain, and we are going to be getting into the last of the lower quarters. It is going to be Dobrain versus Addy Mestic.
All right, and it's big stuff coming up here. Both of these players, huge players. One sponsored by Enix and the other one sponsored by Reason. Dobrain and Addy Mestic, both playing Wushang. It's a mirror match to the death. And right now, if you ask me, in these mirror matches, Dex is this is the moment when Dex matters. Because if you are playing the same weapon and you throw out the same moves, whoever has less recovery frames, that's who wins. But we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, every stat is important. Every hit is important. As Addy Mestic is hitting on Dobrain, and not in the American phrasing of hitting on. Sidelight into the recovery connects from Dobrain onto Addy Mestic. Trading back and forth. Addy's slight advantage. Yo, they're bros, man. You know those EU kids. They're all friends, right? That's how it works.
Yeah.
Falling nares from Dobrain. Able to outrange Addy. Oh, nice neutral sig. The neutral air.
Dobrain is covering his position really well, making it so hard for Addy Mestic to get on top of him.
Punish?
And right now, it's
Double
basically
sidelight.
these punishes. It's those punishes that Addy Mestic has to look for. Those take advantage of those recovery frames. The high hitbox.
The
second hit.
It hits just enough into the air that Dobrain gets caught, and Addy takes down the stock. First stock goes the way of Addy Mestic. Dobrain starting to throw some of his own gauntlet sigs. Downlight, sidelight, goes for the falling sidelight. Punish. It's going to be the downlight into a neutral signature, but the island saving Addy Mestic. Dodging through, sidelight. Or sorry, downlight. He's just building damage on Addy. He needs this kill. There's the sider slapping him into the island off the angle. He's going to dance around a little bit. Clear. Goes back to the gauntlets for the strings.
And now it looks like it's going to be gauntlet matchup right here. Gauntlets v gauntlets, and Addy Mestic looking for a little bit of an entryway onto Dobrain. But
sidelight recovery. Ooh, almost picks up the neutral signature. Addy, huge damage lead. Able to interrupt with the downlight, though, is Dobrain. Down sig connects.
Now Addy Mestic, ooh.
Back to the spear.
Still on such a fresh stock right now, and Dobrain trying to get these neutral airs out, cover the zone, make sure his just covers covers hurt box,
hitbox, every box.
Hungry box. Cover the boxes so well so that he just try to make it hard for Addy Mestic to get through, but ooh, the ground pound just gonna miss connecting. And now it looks like Addy Mestic he's got the advantage. He's looking for a signature, but the signature move.
Weapon toss burns the dodge. Dobrain goes a little too high, can't get the ground pound in time, and Addy punishes accordingly. The side air spiking him off the wall. Addy takes the second stock, has just a slight lead. Dobrain needs this kill. Dodging around, hasn't gotten hit yet, and it's going to be the downlight into the neutral sig. Just like on the first stock off the island, Addy survives.
This is a lot closer of a game than you'd expect right now. I mean, Addy Mestic has the advantage, but Dobrain right there, picking the kill up, downlight into recovery, just super clean on his part, and now it's just all about getting this turnaround, getting some of this damage back, and look at that, almost 3 hits and he's back. Oh, and he goes for the offstage, tries to get that gift going, but it doesn't pan out. Addy Mestic trying to play a little safe as well with that spear, trying to play that spacing game.
Oh, the down sig connects onto Dobrain. Goes for a gravity cancel downlight off of the neutral air. Trying to chase under Addy, but Addy with this spear, he's doing the protect play now. Seeing Dobrain connect with a couple downlight sidelights, but again, with these gauntlets, there's no true follow-up. So Addy is dodging every direction, and Dobrain is not able to recognize it, not able to punish. Just great dodging from Addy. Both in the red. Nice dodge through into the neutral light, disarmed. Addy in the red. Dobrain fishing for these nairs. Oh, both of them so close. Downlight can't get the recovery. They both know that the next hit could be it. Downlight can't get the recovery. You saw Addy charging up the signature. The neutral light connects. Dobrain's disarmed. Off stage. Dodges through. Spear.
I mean, technically speaking, that gauntlet neutral light is all that it might take to get this
in the right
finisher.
position.
Oh, punishment comes out. Ground pound throw.
Toss.
No. I don't think.
Oh!
So
He's
close.
back. He's back.
Just barely. He needs to find it. Oh, he was in the wall slip too. So he had no time left. The fact that he got.
Oh, the ground pound! Addy Mestic just throws out a ground pound, and Dobrain at the very edge of it. He was trying to dodge out, but he had just burned it, didn't have the dodge up in time, and Addy is gonna take game one by the skin of his teeth. So much damage on both players.
Just getting by the skin of its teeth, and now Dobrain has to find an answer for this. It's so close right now. Both of these players have what it takes to take these matches, and it just came down to just pixels in the end. But now it looks like Addy Mestic and Dobrain going at it, and Addy Mestic doing a lot of work with the spear, getting a lot of aerial game, and now Dobrain responding in kind with his own aerial play, trying to do a lot of work off stage, and Addy Mestic has the positioning, but Dobrain is going to make it back. Addy Mestic sticking with the spear a little bit, and Dobrain, I guess he's going to try to feel a little bit more comfortable with these gauntlets. He's getting a lot of damage in. I mean, it's all about these strings and combos with gauntlets, so him trying to look for these openers. There's the neutral light, pushing him off to the side, looking for a down light in a second, I'm sure.
Oh, dodges right through the side stick. He's getting these dodging neutral lights onto Addy as Addy's trying to hit him, but Dobrain utilizing those iframes to get through the hitboxes. Falling neutral air, both of them in kill percent. Neutral stick thrown out. Dobrain barely dodges out of it. Backing up. Dobrain playing very safe. Doesn't want to lose the first stock war. Downlight, side light, neutral stick thrown out. Gauntlets each. Dobrain going for a read with that neutral signature. Addy going for a read with his own recovery. Side light recovery.
Addy Mestic using those side lights as movement, so he doesn't have to use any dodges, any other movement options. He can save those for when he needs them. And that gauntlet side light, such a fantastic tool for displacement, for like self displacement, just for avoiding things. So very good on his part. That weapon throw almost denying the kill from Dobrain, but he found it eventually anyway with that side sig. So fantastically done. Dobrain getting it done in style. And now Addy Mestic getting that neutral sig off, but it's not going to connect. Dobrain getting the punish in, and there's the a long punish from those gauntlets.
The big string from Dobrain, the downlight chase dodge nair, ends up getting a signlight recovery off the end of it as well. Neutral lights connecting onto Addy, swaps over to the spear for that protect play, the shielding of that neutral there. Addy gets the ground pound though, and Dobrain is down, doesn't have the jumps and the weapon toss to double tap.
And just like that, Addy Mestic takes the lead in this game, and he is just one stock away from taking this set. And he's just, look at the damage he's throwing out with that spear. Already getting a good bit of damage onto Dobrain, but Dobrain looking for those punish opportunities, and just misses the recovery, or the neutral sig onto Addy Mestic. It is so close between these two players right now, but Dobrain just trying to find the opportunities, and there, it's neutral light, covering that edge, backing off a little bit, trying to play a little bit safe, trying to catch him out and cover that weapon, but
weapon toss connects onto Addy. Dobrain needs this finisher. Addy backs up, doesn't overcommit to the weapon toss. He saw him kind of step near it to see if Dobrain was going to try to punish, but Dobrain ends up picking up that side signature. Can't decide which one he wants to stick with. It's going to be the gauntlets for the string attempts. You see the nair, can't get that dare. Going for it again, though. Oh, the side stick connects from Addy immediately. Just responding in damage onto Dobrain.
Dobrain trying to get, he's finding the turnaround right now, getting Addy Mestic on the
pound?
side, getting the ground pound.
Ground pound!
Number 2.
You got the touch?
Oh, number 3
Addy!
doesn't even matter.
So
Addy Mestic,
close.
mind kind of, he had the opportunity to get back, but that mind, that not exactly a mind again, but the pressure from Dobrain's edge guard just stalled him out long enough that he could not touch that wall, and that is going to be the win. And they were going to go into game 3 between these two, and we might still be seeing a Wushang mirror matchup. And there are some hot player cards for you guys.
Yeah, those are pretty styling. I might say myself, as I didn't make them, so don't even pretend I didn't take credit for that. We are gonna see Dobrain and Addy. They're thinking about this one. It's been a close set between the two, one apiece. Very close games on both sides. The first game, it was basically whoever got the hit at the very end of it. Whoever got that last reasonable variable force hit was going to get it, and it was going to be Addy Mestic who got that falling spear ground pound. Then we see game 2, it was in Addy's favor. We saw it even out on those last stocks, and then Dobrain with the big ground pounds got Addy. We are going to game 3. I'd like to see Dobrain avoid Twilight, as he got 2 downlight neutral sigs into that Twilight Island, so as long as that's not off the board, I think Dobrain's okay. On the other side, Addy, he's just got such consistent play. He is holding his own very much against Dobrain, I mean, for a long time has been considered one of the top EU players. Addy, in his own right, is an amazing EU player. So these are two champions of the EU scene who have been playing for an incredibly long time. We are going to be getting into game 3. Only one of them will be able to continue on. Is it going to be Addy Mestic of Reason Gaming or Enix's Dobrain?
Show your hype in the chat for who you want to win, because it is going down right now. This is to qualify into the lower semifinals for EU. The winner moves on to face off against Viper. This is the match to watch. Dobrain and Addy Mestic in the Wushang mirror match live now. And here we go. Addy Mestic starting it off with a nice unarmed string. Dobrain looking for a lot of these hurtbox coverages with these nairs. And Addy Mestic, they're both just dancing back and forth, playing this neutral game, just chipping a little bit by little bit at a time. And Addy Mestic now finding that recovery. 2 recoveries. Ooh.
Side sig. Oh, Dobrain able to dodge through. Slapping back and forth between the two. Addy picks up the neutral light. He's gotten the damage lead. Neutral lights again send Dobrain off stage, but he's able to jump back up safely.
Now Dobrain just dancing around, trying to hold that center stage, get some of these nairs out, while Addy Mestic is looking for the entry, and he lands a side light, but doesn't end up following up with anything. Tries to get the recovery, but it doesn't connect. And Addy Mestic with the neutral light, is that almost going to kill? Dobrain is pretty deep in the red. He's got to be careful. The weapon throw coming out, forcing Dobrain off onto the edge again.
Staying on the
corner.
Addy
Mestic trying to get into the side
He's
air.
got the side airs. Dobrain's got plenty of side airs, but Addy's got a side air of his own as Dobrain was trying to fly his way back on that air gauntlet. Dobrain gets caught by the side air. Says, sorry, this flight is overbooked, sir. You're going to have to take another one. Dobrain comes back, though. Addy in the orange. Dobrain needs more damage on top of Addy. He's going to try to build it with this spear.
Dobrain right now trying to find a kill move. I mean, he's got Addy Mestic in the red. One side sig, I think, is all it will
connects.
take. Ooh, but a little bit too
from the right
far
side of
to
the
get that
stage.
kill. Coast to coast is a little bit too much. Recovery not quite covering it as well, and Addy Mestic is still alive. He's still got a chance to extend the stock even further.
Sig connects.
Down sig. The read coming out from Dobrain to get that kill. that is exactly what he needs, it seems. And now Addy Mestic looking for that weapon. He's going to be finding a spear. The spear matchup right now between these two players. And Dobrain, ooh, trying to get a little bit of damage here and there, but it's just back and forth chip damage between these two.
But Addy's spear play is chipping a little bit harder onto Dobrain. Nice punish with that side light. Couldn't quite get the follow-up as Addy dodged down around the corner, and Dobrain was not able to chase. We're seeing the Gauntlet play again. The downlight into the recovery. Not going to be a kill option just yet. Neutral sig thrown out as Dobrain is on the other side. Able to get the pogo into a falling nair. Falling nairs again from Dobrain against Addy's gauntlets. Dodges past the side sig. He's using these neutral airs to force Addy away. Addy can't get those approaches on that neutral air.
Oh, but nice damage coming out. Nice solid damage coming out from Dobrain as he just chips in a few neutral lights here and there, a few neutral airs. But the two recoveries coming out from Addy Mestic. Addy Mestic looking for another one. You see it going for that down light. In the down ground pound as well, trying to confirm the kill, but it's not there. Addy Mestic, going for the down light again. You know he wants to go for that down light recovery option. Oh, and the side stick as well. Addy Mestic is so thirsty for the kill, but Dobrain is just denying him at every turn. And there's a recovery. He's going to be the one taking out the second stock first. And he's got a small advantage. He's got to extend this as much as possible because we know what Addy Mestic can do when he's given free reign. And now Addy Mestic trying to get another one of those ground pounds out, just one of those on-stage ground pounds. But Dobrain is not going to be, get connected with it this time. And right now, playing around, getting hit by the weapon tosses, but the weapon tosses are not quite getting at Dobrain where Addy Mestic wants him to be. Dobrain still surviving after all of this, nearly in the black. The side air coming out, confirming the kill.
We are getting into the final stocks of this game 3. Addy Mestic versus Dobrain, both of them on tournament stock. Who is it gonna be?
And it's anybody's game right now. The damage is pretty much even. I mean, it's about a 30 to 45 damage difference between these two players right now, and Dobrain and Addy Mestic both have the means to make up that damage and take this game. Dobrain, I mean, it's gauntlet mirror match.
Into a
recovery. Yep, neutral sig comes out. Not enough.
Addy does get back safely. Dobrain has the weapon advantage. You're seeing him completely deny all weapon spawns, but Addy doesn't care. Dodges in with those neutral lights. Again, back to the spear from Dobrain. Wants to keep Addy disarmed for as long as possible. Every single tap will be to his advantage. Again, swaps over to the gauntlets. Just wants to keep the weapons out, but Addy gets the fortunate spawn, immediately connects with the side sig.
Ooh, just barely missed the down sig, and then side sig coming out. The dodge is coming out at the perfect time.
Downlight neutral! Done!
And that's it!
That's it! Dobrain was waiting for the opportunity. You're seeing him swap back and forth between the two, and Dobrain connects with the downlight neutral sig. 7 damage between the two. These are such insanely close games that really could have gone either way. But Dobrain, with that final blow, with that downlight neutral signature, is going to take game 3 over at Reason's Addy Mestic. Well played on both sides.
And he'll be playing against Viper in the lower semifinals in just a moment. But I think, was there going to be a short break?
Yes, we are going to be going to a short little break just to stretch your feet. You know, this is your opportunity to get some water, get a drink, get a snack, grab some popcorn, because when we come back, we are going to be getting into the real meat of it. We're going to get into the top 4. We're going to do lower semis, lower finals, and then grand finals. 2 of those are best of 5s. We've got 1 more best of 3 to do, so stick around. Still plenty more of this EU tournament of the Spring Championship, and then after that, we got NA. We got some NA for all of you NA fanboys as y'all are starting to wake up, because I know it's your Saturday and y'all are trying to sleep in. But stick around. We've got plenty more tournament action coming at y'all.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
And we are back at it in the EU side. I'm looking at it. So no, y'all, you guys, I know you're gonna say like you're muted, but I can see it. All right, I'm telling y'all now. But we're back at it. This is gonna be the EU tournament, lower semis. We've got Enix's Doughbrain going up against the Viper, which, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be his 2v2 partner in the 2v2 tournament, which is going to be happening tomorrow. So again, I do want to pimp those things out. If you are here for Brawlhalla competitive, this is the one-stop shop for all of that goodness. This is going to be where you're watching the EU tournament. We are about to get to the latter parts of it. We're going to do semis, then lower finals, and then grand finals, and then after that we do have the NA 1v1, and then tomorrow same thing starts over, but 2v2. We've got 2v2 EU, and then following that will be the NA 2v2. So still plenty of tournament action for this spring championship going on this weekend for Brawlhalla.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of action, and not even to discount the further on tournaments. We got Combo Breaker coming up, and is there a Stream Me tournament next weekend as well?
No Stream Me Legend Series.
What was I thinking?
It's completed. I don't know. I think Riddle Brawl is like next Thursday. So I know Riddle Brawl is next week. Dude, there's plenty more tournaments. Definitely keep your eye out. Check the subreddit, check smash.gg, because there's a bunch of circuit points. Type ! tournament, and you'll see the, or ! bracket to see the bracket, and then you can go from there to see all of the Brawlhalla circuit tournaments. I do have the Combo Breaker graphic up. You see that? That's a pretty cool boat bar thing. Like, I want that t-shirt, just saying.
It's pretty. I mean, what? Just imagine if that was a skin.
Yeah,
that'd be terrifying to face.
No, just imagine that like as his bear signature. Just instead of the bear, there's just that face like right on top of him. That would be...
I'd have to play him at that point.
But it's going to be a $3,000 tournament, free registration T-shirt. I didn't even know I got that, and I'm registered, so I'm actually really excited now. You do get to play Brawlhalla for free at Brawlhalla.com or on Steam. You know, you can this game's free to play for those of you who are just seeing it for the first time. So there is definitely a lot of cool stuff for all you guys out there. And for us, for me, and for Froned, we've got players. We have Enix's Dobrain going up against Harakat Viper. Harakat is not in his it's not in his clan taggy thing, but it is technically his clan. It is going to be the Thatch versus the Wushang. No swaps on either side throughout the tournament. We've seen Viper basically stick with this Thatch, and Dobrain has 100% been on this Wushang for the tournament.
I mean, both of these players have been looking so solid. I mean, Viper has been just going off with his gunplay. We saw so much. I mean, in his games against who was it? TB? No. It wasn't TB. It was let me look at the bracket real quick. Basically, in his games, he was able to do so much work against Exodus that he got like what, a less than 20-second kill in the very beginning because he picked up those guns, did just incredible stuff with them, and I just can't wait to see more of that. Dobrain, on the other hand, super solid play, just clean stuff coming out from him, getting a lot of hard reads, a lot of nice movement, and not overextending his play by any stretch of the word. Just look at him; he's just playing so carefully right now.
He's a consistent player who just gets the hits that he needs. He got the read with the double sidelight onto Viper into the recovery. Saw that Viper was going to try to dodge down. This again, I know I beat people over the head with the gauntlet play, but that's what it's about, is the follow-up after the sidelight. You mix it up, you go for the dodge down sidelight, sometimes you go for a gravity cancel sidelight, sometimes you just go for the raw recovery. Just keep that mix-up going so that your opponent doesn't know what to dodge, and that's exactly what Dobrain did against Viper just now. Side sig charged up, Dobrain able to dodge down underneath, but he gets caught immediately as he's coming back up from the downlight. Weapon toss.
Oh!
Viper, did he get the touch? I don't think he did with that recovery.
I don't think he did. I think the recovery, he stopped it right next to the
just
push-up
short.
column, and that's really unfortunate for Viper, but now he's got to make up this difference. He's got Dobrain in the red. He can bring this back. Oh, just a down air or ground pound off on the side, and that could do it for him right there. But no, it looks like they're going to be resetting back on the stage. Dobrain going to be trying to build up a little bit of damage, but Viper is going to just, getting punished for using that side sig.
Dobrain's been doing a great job punishing a lot of Viper's big swings. When he goes for that side signature, he's been able to dodge out, and it's going to be the simpler play, the downlight side air, which gives Viper the kill. Here come the nairs, but he can't get that recovery. Dobrain was far enough to the side, but still even damage from Viper. Gunplay. Dobrain with a falling nair, can't pick up the side air, the dodge through. They're trading back and forth, but this is one of those pitfalls of having a Thatch, is that he's low defense. He can't afford to trade. Instead, when you're playing Thatch, you've got to be more aggressive. You've got to hit them twice as much, but you have more opportunities to do so with that high dex, high force. But the side sig just dodges into the Viper side sig to get the kill. Dobrain, solid lead.
And right now, I mean, it's so close between these two guys. It's just back and forth, and Dobrain just eking out against the Viper right now. And you know what we haven't seen too much is Viper on guns. He's been kind of relegated to this sword play because of Daiku throwing out all his pressure.
Dobrain with a falling there. It's the Enix tag, man. We're talking about
really is.
Enix is the best player in the game.
And the fact that they both start with their names both start with D. It's hard not to say one or the other. But either way, Enix, the best player in the world. Enix going up against Viper.
Shots, man. Neutral lights though coming out from Enix's Dobrain. And he immediately disengages, doesn't want to play the off stage against Viper's guns. Instead, sticking with this neutral, getting on top of him with that dodge in neutral light. Saw that Viper burned a lot, immediately goes over the edge for the ground pound. Viper, he didn't go straight for the touch, and that ended up being his pitfall as he burned an extra jump, and that was Dobrain's cue to go over, get that ground pound, and get game one.
And that's how you do it. You just go clean, take those hits where you're giving them, and what we saw there was just a lot of Dobrain taking advantage of those punish times and those the slight missteps on Viper's part. So Dobrain picking up everything that he's putting down in such a solid way. That is Dobrain for you. Just pure, solid, unadulterated play wherever you can find it. Now they're going finding those gauntlets in the very beginning. Viper looking for gets weapon. He gets sword, and now he's able to get a little bit of damage off onto Dobrain in the just very early brawls of the game. Viper's doing a much better job at spacing, getting these signatures off this time around, and just barely hitting Dobrain with the tip of that side sig. You can see the movement from both of these players.
The gauntlet play. Sidelight recovery into a jump dare from Dobrain. Immediately evens up the damage, but the down sig will disarm Dobrain. Side sig connects. Dobrain's off. Can't get the jumps in time. He is still in hit stun. Ends up falling to his death.
Now, Dobrain. Getting damage even more. These guns doing so much. I mean, you want to talk about damage buildup. Gauntlets do a great job of it, but guns, I mean, already the damage is almost even, and Viper's still on his first stock.
Nice dodge through into the neutral
wrong direction, and Dobrain
ground pound
advantage. The ground pound coming out.
Needs another. The turnaround.
Down air.
The weapon toss.
The turnaround. Viper with a huge turnaround, getting that weapon toss after the down air. So quickly picks up what Dobrain put down, and that is exactly what he needs. And now 2 stocks up. Dobrain needs an effective 3 stock to win this.
Dobrain jumping around, trying to get that hit. He knows that side air is a kill option, but instead he's just going to get that safe damage with the nair. There's the side air to get him back into it. 1 stock difference between the two, but it is a fresh stock on Viper. And Dobrain, he wants this spear. You saw him not even pretend to juggle that gauntlets. He wanted the spear play, and Viper doesn't care that he's got his spear as he's going in unarmed on top of him.
Right now, Viper is just in such a good position to just put pressure down on Dobrain right now. And I mean, Dobrain getting so many down airs, just pressuring him. He sees Viper trying to get underneath him, getting that neutral air, but the down air is just a superior option in that situation. And the side sig.
He couldn't get the weapon pickup. Instead, he's going to crest over, get that ground pound, and Dobrain,
just like that.
He's starting to come back in, but he has taken quite a bit of damage on his last stock. He is in the orange. Viper is building that into the red.
I mean, he's got his guns now. He's got the thing that he's made himself famous for in this tournament, and all he has to do is find a finisher, and he goes into game 3. Gets the sider, throws his weapon away, but the recovery is going to do it.
And that is game 2 going the way of Viper. We are at 1 apiece between the two. I'm going to bring up the graphic for Viper before they get into the stages. Look at that. Look at Viper. Top 32 in Brawl League Open Cup. Top 32 in Brawl League. Top 4 in this tournament, the Spring Championship. This is where the marbles lie. I don't know what metaphor there is there, but this is where it is the most critical. And Dobrain, you see his graphic as we're about to get into game 3, the last game. This is not a best of 5. This is the last best of 3 before the best of 5s between Enix's Dobrain and Viper.
Brawl.
And now Viper starting off with these guns. We know what he can do when he gets guns early, and already doing 2 downlight into Sayers, getting another Sayer off, going for another downlight, but Dobrain picking up the punish off on that neutral light. And here we go. We have Viper trying to get back on the stage. Dobrain getting just caught out by that.
He can't get the
touch.
touch.
He can't get the touch. And
Could not get the
Stock.
movement.
Another. I mean, how many times can you say that whenever Viper gets guns as the first weapon of the match, of either player, almost every single time he's been able to do that, he's gotten a kill straight off the bat. But oh my gosh, Dobrain almost getting the call back kill in order to respond to this early pressure by Viper. And now the side air, only 1 more side air, but no, a down air is going to do it, and Viper can't get back.
Evened up, no damage on Dobrain. Well played from him to do that safely. Swaps back to the spear. Just kidding. Gauntlet play. Downlight into the chase dodge neutral air. Jump down air from Dobrain. But Viper starts swinging back out of hit stun. Those neutral airs just out start-upping Dobrain's attacks.
I mean, sometimes that's all it takes is just a little out start-upping of your opponent. And that can... I mean, in a lot of cases, that's the advantage of unarmed, is that you have
those
startups that
punish
can
slider
out a lot of others. But the weapon throw, could this
ground
be
pound
Viper?
connects. That's gonna be Viper's second stock. Dobrain has been playing so safe and so smart on his second stock. He's taken next to no damage, only in the yellowish orangish against Viper.
Now, Viper getting a lot of good sword play off right now, and Dobrain, not Daiku, Dobrain getting a lot of gauntlet damage in, backing off at just the right moment, knowing exactly when to back off to avoid that
dare
neutral
right
light.
in
And the dare.
down sig.
Dobrain is going crazy with these gauntlets. What's next? A side sig to get the kill? Because it's right, I mean, he's getting close to it. But Viper in the orange, the damage is almost even. Dobrain has been reading Viper in such a good way. And now the side air, tries to get the double side air, but it's not going to connect. And Viper is finding the side air.
Not going to go out just yet. There's the dodge. There's the down air. But he didn't get the touch. He was trying to take Viper out with him. It was a little extra damage. Viper very much close to kill percent, but he's got those guns, which are going to be so strong at building this damage. Dobrain trying to get these dodge in theirs. Here's the neutral light. Ground pounding. Faking it though. There's a sidelight into the recovery. Not enough. Viper's still not dead. Sidelight can't get the recovery. Viper dodges out. Knows that that's not true. What's the follow-up off the sidelight? Viper punishes the sidelight attempt.
Viper has to be a little bit more careful. Dobrain has been able to punish almost everything. And the weapon throw, that is something I gotta say that I don't see a lot of people do. And to take a risk like that, to try to risk throwing your weapon away in a situation like this, very dangerous. And Viper, it's paying off for him right now. The damage is coming right back in his favor. Still having to avoid Dobrain's attacks.
Goes for the bounce.
Avoids the response from Dobrain, and this is anybody's game right now. The miss from the side.
A little bit too far forward, but he does pick the neutral air into the side air. Dobrain was so close to getting that earlier, but he was still able to clean it up. Well played from both sides, Dobrain and Viper. Dobrain closes it out in game 3.
What a close match between these two players. Viper was playing out of his mind there at the end, but Dobrain just able to eke out against him in such close gameplay as well. It's fantastic stuff to watch. And I'm kind of sad now.
You're sad
I really
to see the Viper go?
Yeah, I mean, we don't usually get to see a lot of Thatch, so watching him bring this Thatch play in was a lot of fun to watch. So I'm kind of sad to see him go, but I'm also happy to see Dobrain moving on. Such a solid player going up against, I believe, Flamethrower in this losers finals. So the winner of that is going to go up to face off against Mini in the EU Grand Finals, and we've got some good matches, I think, coming up.
Yeah, these are definitely it is worth pointing out that the top 3 of this tournament are I mean, if you asked like last month who the top 3 of the spring championship were gonna be, I doubt Flamethrower or M for Mini were on your list of players. Dobrain very likely would have been on that list, but Flamethrower and M for Mini, they've kind of been on the periphery. Like I was talking about when we first talked about Flamethrower, he's a player that I had basically not heard of until about a week or 2 ago. He's a relative unknown as far as I'm concerned, but I also don't play EU ranked, and apparently that's where he thrives. On the other side, M for Mini, he's been one of those guys who he's done well in tournaments, maybe not top 4, top 8 in a tournament, but he's done reasonably well for himself inside of a tournament. But to see him get top 2 guaranteed, he's waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this. Like, it's absolutely insane what is going on in the EU scene. And we are going to be getting into this. This is game 1 of the best of 5, Enix's Dobrain versus Flamethrower.
And right now it is going on. The damage is even. It is just trading blows for blows between these two players, and we know what Flamethrower can do. I don't think we've seen him really go against like Wu Sheng. So the spear gauntlet matchup is going to be one that he might not be warmed up to exactly. However, Daiku or Dobre getting a hot edge guard game against Flamethrower, and Flamethrower is just trying to find an unarmed here, just something to push Dobrain away from the weapon, but Dobrain just got to toss away, pick up the weapon, and Flamethrower is just still going for these unarmed hits. I mean, not a bad option, as the unarmed kit is really good, but I mean, Dobrain is just punishing him for it. Flamethrower hasn't been able to connect anything.
I mean, he's connected enough that Dobrain is getting close to kill percent, not quite there, kind of on the edge of it. Flamethrower, though, has been disarmed for quite a while. He's been forced to use those weapon tosses to get back to the platform safely. Goes for that dodge through pivot, side sig. There's the hot step, but Dobrain is just outside of it, knows what Flamethrower's kill options are, and he's been able to avoid both of them. Dodges through the weapon toss. There's the downlight, goes for the neutral sig again. Flamethrower almost gets that neutral heavy. Back to the spear. Down sig charged up. Flamethrower, what's the punish? Oh, Dobrain able to avoid it.
And now Flamethrower, I mean, it's back and forth right now. Flamethrower, I wonder, is he... I haven't seen him grab a weapon in a long time, and I don't know
Dobrain's been denying it.
Thing.
Oh, that recovery at the bottom of the stage. It's not been like Flamethrower not attempting to get a weapon. I'm sure he would like one, but a lot of it has been Dobrain completely denying every single spawn. He's playing it like a rank game, you know? Like, you got to keep your opponent unarmed. It is working so effectively. It is 100% a strategy. As Flamethrower picks up the downlight neutral light, that's not quite a kill option. I'd like to see him go for like a downlight recovery. It's not true, but it will have more force. The side sig also, that's an option too. Go for that. That works.
And that's going to be the, I mean, that's going to be the kill option of all things. But now it looks like Flamethrower is going to be sticking with this bow, going to be throwing the guitars away, gets a little bit more comfortable trying to use bow against spear, since you can use those diagonals, that extra range to try to outpace spear's distancing. But it looks like Dobrain doesn't care. He's just edge guarding Flamethrower, keeping Flamethrower pushed back so much. And that reverse chase dodge, neutral air, just coming out, catching Flamethrower as he tries to throw out downlights constantly. I mean, this is just fantastic play on Dobrain's part. And oh, great read on Flamethrower.
Oh, almost gets that down sig.
Now side air coming up from Flamethrower, the down sig again. Dobrain is ready for it.
Oh, but Flamethrower with these bowstrings has evened up the damage. Dobrain had the advantage, but Flamethrower, just the solid bow play. The downlight, neutral light into the chase, but he's now disarmed. The next weapon will be a bow as well, so Flamethrower not too concerned. You see Dobrain trying to space out that down sig and punish with his own side sig. He knows that Flamethrower is close to kill percent, but he can't pick up the weapon. Is disarmed. The down sig connects. Dobrain's high in the sky. Dodges through. Down sig connects. Dobrain's down. Flamethrower's taking the lead.
Flamethrower right now doing the best that he can to bring this back. He's taking the lead. He's getting a lot of damage built up on the Dobrain in this second stock, trying to extend it as much as possible. Dobrain trying to get a little bit more out of these gauntlets, getting angles but not connecting. And where he is failing to connect, Flamethrower is just landing so much with his bow.
Neutral sig connects.
Neutral sig. And that is going to be the kill onto Flamethrower. And now fresh stock for Flamethrower, but no weapon. Dobrain's been doing a crazy job at weapon guarding. Can he keep it up? Looks like he is. And the ground pound coming off the side. Flamethrower trying to get back onto the stage, but Dobrain making it so difficult.
Nice interrupt from Flamethrower on the side light, but Dobrain coming back at him, gets that side air into the neutral light with that spear, able to avoid the downlight, but immediately Flamethrower catches him with that neutral air. Downlight, neutral light. Flamethrower has been hitting those all tournament. Side sig connects. Dobrain's down.
Finish it off.
Player one
First
wins.
game goes to Flamethrower. Taking a round off of Dobrain, the long time just top EU player. So this is a big match for both of these players right now.
It's a bit of an upset. Oh, we are seeing Dobrain swap back to the Nash. This is a character that he played recently in a 2v2. This is a character that we saw Boomy play in the NA 1v1s of the Stream Meet tournament. This is it's an interesting pick from Dobrain. He hits a lot of hammer side six. That's kind of one of his big calls to fame. King's Pass was on the board, but we are going to be going to Great Hall between Dobrain and Flamethrower. This is a best of 5, and this is going to be game 2. Flamethrower is already up 1-0 over Dobrain. Enix is Dobrain.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
And here we go. It's starting now. Enix Dobrain getting the start with the hammer, looking for, well, whatever Nash usually looks for with the hammer. A lot of damage build up. Yeah, I mean, he's going up against Ember. 3 defense or so. I don't know if it's a defensive stance, but Nash, you know, he's also got the high strength. He's got the
nice neutralites.
Strong hit. I mean, the neutralites. What is this?
He's got neutralites. That's all he needs.
Flamethrower is just walking into these neutralites. That's what 16 to 18 damage per neutralite. So that's a lot of damage building up with every single one of these just connecting. And now Flamethrower, going for that neutral air, but it's not going to connect. And that high up, that's a dangerous. That is so dangerous. And the side air coming out.
Flamethrower, another one, trying to position that side air, just barely clipping underneath the soft platform. Dobrain knows that hitbox. He's like, it's like we talked about earlier. Dobrain is a training room monster. He knows those hitboxes. And he's gonna connect on the Flamethrower immediately. Dares Flamethrower. The side six. Nice interrupt with the side light. Nice punish. All right.
And we have another side light, side air coming out. A lot of sides, but no. It looks like that dish is going to be served cold as Dobrain gets taken out by the side stick from Flamethrower. And now it looks like Dobrain throwing out a few of these signature moves, a few more side dishes.
Side sig to interrupt or to punish again.
I mean, there's so many sides coming out.
It's a lot of sides.
Side dishes.
It's very spaced.
It's side dishes.
Very horizontal play from both players for sure, as Dobrain looking for more side airs. Instead goes up, doesn't even want to play around with a ground pound or a recovery. Ooh, almost catches, but Flamethrower gets that down air on top of him. Back on stage, weapon toss. Flamethrower has disarmed himself. Dobrain, hard read, does not connect. Flamethrower trying to punish, going unarmed on top of him. Goes back to the bow. This is his weapon. But it's the side air immediately taking down the stock, and Flamethrower will not have the opportunity to use it. We're seeing Dobrain stick with the spear this time.
Well, you know, a lot of damage can come out of that hammer. And unfortunately for him, Flamethrower is just finding all these avenues of approach against it. And so now he's got to figure out something different. He's been playing spear quite a bit with that Wu Sheng, so it's not too far off to say that this might be the better decision. Flamethrower right now, looking for that bow. He's been super successful with the bow, looking for a lot of these down light combos, side light combos. But right now, Dobrain is just trying to play very carefully. And nice. Flamethrower gets the side light and the down light. No follow up.
Side six Dobrain. Flamethrower, he's got those soft platforms. That's one of the advantages of this map, is those soft platforms. Lots of options as far as recovering goes. Can go back down to the wall or up to those soft platforms or just to the main stage. And Flamethrower utilizing the entirety of this stage for his survival. Stomp side air. Can't get back to one of those options, A, B, or C, as Dobrain cleans it up with this Nash switch.
And he is sticking with the Nash as Flamethrower sticks to the Ember. And this is only game 3 right now coming up.
One apiece.
I mean, it's best of 5. This could go either way. Dobrain looking really strong on the Nash right now, though.
He's made this Nash work very well for himself. He's very familiar with that signature kit, and it's a lot of positioning from Dobrain to just connect with those sides. We said side a lot, and it's because he's staying horizontal to Flamethrower to punish with these siders and sidelights, which will outspace a lot of Flamethrower's options with the Katars and bow. But he's back to the spear, but a similar play style. It's the spacing side air from Dobrain. Those nairs in case Flamethrower gets too close, but Flamethrower gets underneath, picks up the neutral into the recovery.
Oh, there's another nair coming out, catching Flamethrower. Flamethrower, trying to patiently bait it out, yeah. And Dobrain now just spacing, keeping Flamethrower spaced.
He picks up a neutral light and a neutral air off of that recovery. Dobrain back to the hammer. This is gonna be his kill weapon, but he needs a little bit more damage on this low defense Ember.
You can see Dobrain backing off. He doesn't want to overcommit too hard to that edge game because he knows that eventually Flamethrower will have to come for him, and that means that he can force the advantage in his favor. And Flamethrower right now just getting the nice downlight combo, just trying to get a little bit more built up onto him before he can try to guarantee that kill. The side light coming out, or the side air.
Dobrain is off stage. Nice falling there to interrupt the side sig. Side sig thrown out. Flamethrower not able to punish. Neutral air again to punish these side signatures. So close with that side sig. Backs up. Hammer. It's got its own side signature.
Ooh, very close. He decided to back off. That could have been death. Oh, he gets the side air though, and it's not going to be enough.
Stop. Oh, but he's sliding too far. Can't pick up that side air. Flamethrower is gonna go in. Grab the dodge in. Down sig, no gravity cancel, just the dodge in down heavy with the unarmed play to take down Dobrain's first stock. We are seeing Flamethrower start to come back into this, but immediately the side sig from Dobrain. And hammer? Spear? Spear.
That
unarmed
side sig is
spear.
such a... the true combo of getting hit in the head mid neutral light. Just do another neutral light. That's a team assist true combo from Dobrain for Flamethrower, but right now they're just back into it. Flamethrower trying to get some of these side lights and neutral lights out in the air game, trying to take advantage of all that the bow has to offer. Dobrain keeping his spacing, keeping that spear on point. I mean, so to speak. But anyway, Flamethrower going off stage, trying to dance around Dobrain and all the pressure that he's building up right now. And Dobrain just finding these neutral airs, these side airs, and occasionally the side sigs. But the success, the general success with the spear is what Dobrain is trying to work out right now.
Neutral airs from Dobrain. He's trying to play the spacing game, trying to punish Flamethrower for approaching him. And again, you're seeing those Flamethrowers, they start to add up. Not those neutral airs, they start to add up on Flamethrower. Flamethrower backs up. Neutral signature from Dobrain. Haven't seen that in a while. And he's just going to get a neutral air on his way back. More neutral airs on the Flamethrower.
Oh, and now he's got hammer. I mean, Flamethrower in there. But the top of the side putt, that heavy punch, just flying right out, catching Dobrain off the top, and there it is. This is the Flamethrower taking the advantage in this set. And now this all depends on whether or not he can force this. He can extend this stock as much as possible. He needs the advantage going into the last stock if Dobrain decides, if it forces it. There it goes.
There's the kill, the recovery from Dobrain. Back to the hammer. Just kidding. I think there was a sale on Spear and Airs, and Dobrain bought out the store as he is far from done with them. Just kidding again. Back to the hammer. Just trying to deny Flamethrower is what he's going for at this point. But on a map like Blackguard Keep, if Flamethrower really wanted to, he could sit on that soft platform on the left side, and eventually a weapon would spawn there. I believe.
Either way, Dobrain trying to get as much work out of this hammer as possible, and there it goes. Oh, the stop downlight just barely misses the neutral light. Flamethrower backing off a little bit. Dobrain trying to figure out a good entry point into the defenses of Flamethrower, but so he switches up to Spear, it seems, and now, getting side lighted. Flamethrower holding that edge guard, dodging away, playing so careful. Flamethrower looking for the side light, dodges in, gets punished.
Dodges through. Dobrain barely able to tap him with that neutral light. Stomp side air. Flamethrower's off stage. Dobrain trying to chase. Just kidding. Back onto the stage. Not high enough for that side air to connect. Side stick thrown out. Flamethrower connects. And it's going to be game 3 going the way of Flamethrower. Back and forth between the two. But Flamethrower is one game away from knocking out Dobrain.
And Dobrain, you got to wonder, is he going to switch things up? He looked so strong in that second game. You would almost have thought, with him getting the JV3, that was going to be the pick to go to, that Nash pick, but it looks like Flamethrower, I mean, he's got the Ember plays down in spades, and he's just able to get those the proper reads out. No, it looks like we're getting a Taros pick. You've got to be feeling good about that.
I'm a fan of the Taros. This is going to be an interesting pick. This is kind of, in the current meta, if somebody picks Taros like this in this situation, it's kind of the mark of like a wash player who's like, I'm desperate, I'm going to find something and hope it works. That's like that's kind of been the mentality behind people who are picking Taros. And I think Dobrain recognizes it. He's like, maybe Spear Nair. Maybe Spear Nair.
Oh, no, he's switching up to Ada, so now it's my turn to be excited about this. Picking out my main. There's a lot that he can do, and he's been sticking to Spear. That's kind of been Dobrain's theme for all of the characters that he's been picking out. But, you know, Ada, a very strong pick, going with that defensive stance. Both of players are. And the gun potential on Ada is extremely strong because you've got that high defense, you've got the high strength as well. The spear play, the spear sigs on Ada are great as well. The only issue with Ada that Dobrain has to watch out for is the lack of any real aerial coverage when he's got guns, and that's going to be the hardest thing to deal with, especially because bow and katars are very aerial weapons inherently. But the gun damage coming out immediately from Dobrain, oh, it's big stuff to start off the round.
Doesn't care about not having the anti-air signature, as he is just gonna go for the grounded play against Flamethrower. Trying to space out these downlights, can't punish with the side signature. Dobrain still hasn't found a strong answer to Flamethrower's downlights.
Looks like Dobrain's trying to play very carefully with that spear. Oh! Flamethrower goes high.
Downlights again.
All these downlights.
Side sig connects! Out of nowhere, right off the pickup. Side air.
So close. There it is.
Nope. Still has jump side sig.
Side sig again.
And Dobrain takes the first stock, takes the quick lead, but he's in the red against Flamethrower. Flamethrower was looking for the unarmed recovery. You seen him? Trying to get the attempt, but it's going to be the Katars.
Oh, Flamethrower trying to get that Katar game to work. I mean, what better weapon to get in on the underspace guns than Katars? But it looks like, ooh, he's gonna be throwing those away, trying to find that bow, to try to outspace the guns, I suppose. But here we go.
Ooh, dodging down heavy.
The break dance coming out.
Dobrain still holding on with this 4 defense. Ada putting one into the defense stat just for the survivability. The downlight side air. And there is the T-Rex taking down Dobrain. Flamethrower, just the Beastmaster. He's got the Wolfie, he's got the bird, and he's got the T-Rex on his side as well.
Oh, sometimes you need a little bit of that animal assistance to push you through to the next round. That's what Flamethrower is trying to
4v1?
Yeah, I mean, hey, but if Dobrain can beat it out, I think that he puts himself in a pretty good situation.
Dobrain and Flamethrower are poking at each other. They've been trading back and forth between the two. Goes for the neutral signature, but Flamethrower is just underneath it to pick up that neutral there. We're seeing again, Dobrain cannot outspace these downlights. Every time he tries to, you see Flamethrower gets a punish.
Flamethrower is just playing right up close to the vest.
Oh, the side sig!
The side sig picking him up, and that is going to be it for the second stock. Dobrain in trouble right now. This is his last game to save himself. If he loses this one, then Flamethrower goes back into the winner's brackets and faces off against Mini.
Side sig from Dobrain.
That's going to be it. He's still got a fresh stock. This is completely eat right now. This is exactly what that is the best case scenario that Dobrain could have had in that situation.
Dobrain baiting out the downlights. That's what he's been looking for. Trying to be just in position to get Flamethrower to downlight and then dodge outside of it.
These neutral airs coming out. He's looking for the opening, and there catches another one. Oh, throwing out another one. Doesn't connect. Flamethrower looking to get in, but nope, gets hit by another neutral air from Dobrain, covering that hurt box very well. Oh, the downlight's coming out, but Flamethrower can't find the follow-up.
Dobrain mixing up his dodges, this time double dodging forward. Oh, side sig just in front of the nose of Flamethrower, not gonna connect. Neutral light.
They're both playing very carefully.
Oh, no bow, though.
the dodge to the neutral air though. Flamethrower, dodging down through, trying to get that little breakdance. Nope, the unarmed. He's trying to use the unarmed.
Nares.
It's really hard to get unarmed in on
A
spear.
bow nair?
On a spear nair.
Oh yeah, sorry, spear nair. I don't. Dobrain's the one. He's the spear. I'm sorry. Both of them though, close to kill percent. Down sig connects. Dobrain holds on. Game 4 goes the way of Dobrain. Back and forth. You saw them kind of poking at each other. Dobrain was chipping away with those spear nairs, not the bow nairs. And Flamethrower ends up getting caught by that dodge signature. The second one throughout. First one got interrupted. Second one connects. Dobrain still thinking about character picks though. Maybe not too comfortable with that Ada pick. He did hit a lot of guns.
He did just say in chat to give him a second, so maybe he's got to get like some water. Maybe take a just grab a quick cup of water, Joe, borscht. Who knows? But anyway, we see what he's brought to the table with Ada, so you have to figure that maybe he's gonna pull that out again. Maybe he's gonna go with another gun character. Who knows? I mean, one way or another. I don't know. He saw so much success with that with that pick in that game that I don't know. It's hard to say. There's a lot of just extrapolating going on.
Let's play a thought experiment though. What if Flamethrower swaps to Ragnar?
Oh.
Will Dobrain be ready for it?
That axe would be pretty devastating against an Ada pick. So who knows? I mean, technically speaking, I don't know if there's any character picking rules about who is required to pick first or what. I doubt that we're gonna see Flamethrower swap his picks. I mean, before he started out with the Ragnar.
He's kind of been on this Ember for sure.
Yeah, so I don't think he's gonna be switching off. I think he's gonna he's picking out the Ember pick, so he's gonna be sticking with that bow guitars. I think the biggest issue if he were to go to Ragnar is that quite simply he just wouldn't have bow, and that bow play that he's been pulling out has been the most effective for him thus far. So all things considered, and this is the Dobrain I've been waiting to see. He's going with the scythe, the thing that he's been he learned so much about since its release, played so much of it, brought it out in CEO. I know he destroyed me in some friendlies at CEO as well as Scythe, but man, this is something he is super familiar with. I mean, the read heavy weapon, this is going to be a crazy game between the two.
And we saw him kind of warming up his guns with that Ada pick. We are going to be getting into it. This is game 5, tournament stock for both players. Winner of this goes on up to fight M for Mini in the grand finals, but this is the losers finals. Enix, Dobrain, Flamethrower. Let's do this. Nyx on Dobrain. Haven't seen him play this Nyx in a little bit. He's on the guns, but Flamethrower is getting inside of that dead space on the guns. And this is exactly what he needs to do against the gunplay of Dobrain.
Oh, now he's found guns. He's figuring out a way to just start building up damage. He needs that momentum. Flamethrower right now has pretty much all of it. And, he managed to find the scythe, and we know what Dobrain can do with a scythe. It is a dangerous combination to have the two together, and Flamethrower, he's gonna have to figure out a way to deal with this, because I honestly don't think we've seen anybody playing Scythe at all this tournament, at least in the top 32.
Yeah. You and I have not seen Scythe played today. We're gonna see if Dobrain can make a good showing of it as he gets the sidelight into a down air. Almost picks up the neutral air. There's a reverse neutral air. Side sig thrown out. Flamethrower not able to punish with that recovery. Dobrain jumping above it. Looking for the kill option. Side sig's coming out.
Ooh, almost captures
dodging.
that little magical poke, that neutral signature, and Dobrain just continuously building up the damage in such a steady manner.
Relatively even, both of them in kill percent. You're seeing Flamethrower going for these pivot down sigs. Dobrain barely in the dodge frames. The iframes holding him on, but the side sig connects for Flamethrower. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so Flamethrower just took 100 shots, and eventually one of them was going to hit. Dobrain back on guns.
Shots? That's so many.
Recovery! Oh, not going to kill!
I could barely stand after that video, let alone play Brawlhalla. But
Down sig
Dobrain finds the kill with the gun down sig. The area coverage as Flamethrower tries to dodge in, but now, Ooh, looks like Dobrain trying to make the use. I mean, if Dobrain was I don't think he was the one to pick the map, but if he was, then he had to pick it for that island. Because as we've seen him in the past.
There's scythe plays you can do with that island that are true.
So you never know. I mean, he's got a good, he's got some good stuff to work with here with this scythe on this map. It looks like Flamethrower. Oh, you can see him. He's trying to get the combos.
You see in the forward down there this time from Dobrain. Those guitars were still active. I don't think Dobrain was expecting that as he side-sticked right into that.
And Dobrain right now looking for he gets the side light.
Side sig connects.
Side sig. Big kill coming out, and he's not even really in the orange yet. This is
clear. The taunting coming out from Flamethrower.
This is the final game of the losers finals. Dobrain tournament on the line.
Oh, Flamethrower.
He could take this into. He could take this.
Flamethrower is playing this clock out. Goes for the sidelight into the down air, forces Dobrain off. And Dobrain's back on stage. Nice reverse nair. Any damage Dobrain gets right now is good damage.
Dobrain right now doing so well, keeping pressure with the side, but no. The side sig coming out. Flamethrower loves those side sigs on bow and guitars, just managing to find so much damage and so many kills with those in all of the games that he's played thus far today. That is something to watch out for. Flamethrower is a force to be reckoned with. And now they're going back and forth. Flamethrower is dealing a little bit of damage at a time, getting that damage turned around in his favor. Although I gotta say,
trying to space out, he wants to punish Flamethrower's approaches, but so far no one has really gotten a hit for quite a while. There's the reverse nair, goes for the hard read with that down sig, but Flamethrower with the patience comes back up. Again, the neutral game, the footsies from both sides, no one making over commitments on either side. So Neutralite into the reverse nair, can't pick up the jump as Flamethrower just stayed on the ground.
Oh, and he's getting a little bit more damage, finds a recovery. Almost
dodges through, reverse nair, side light, and neutral light.
Man, and it's
jump nairs.
They're going so close. Both players being thrown all across the stage.
Clash.
The clash coming out. And now Dobrain trying to find the side sig. Oh, and the side sig coming up from Flamethrower. Just barely missing. And now Dobrain.
Slight health lead.
Another. This is so close for both of them. The down sig not quite coming out. Flamethrower trying to get the uppercut, and it doesn't connect. But Dobrain trying to bait with that weapon. He knows Flamethrower wants
disarmed.
it.
Flamethrower does have kills. Kill potential. Dobrain is in the kill percentage. Flamethrower denying this weapon.
Whoever.
The bow downlight.
That's it. Neutral air comes out. Oh,
the neutral air.
Neutral air comes out. Not quite going to kill. Flamethrower with guitars now, just denying.
Going unarmed.
Dobrain is pulling out. Oh,
dodging around. No. There's a weapon pickup. Dodges through the bow toss. Throwing out down sigs. Flamethrower throws out the recovery.
Flamethrower, you can see
down sig. Flamethrower walks right into it. He just walked right into it. Dobrain threw it out. Waited just enough. Flamethrower gets caught by it, and that is going to be game 5 going the way of Flamethrower. He will not be able to get his level 100 in this tournament. That was a very close game between the two.
He just bunny hopped right into the signature. He had a free weapon behind him. He could have picked up the weapon, done the exact same thing, except thrown his weapon as soon as he saw Dobrain charging it. But either way, Dobrain takes that down with a huge down signature. Just moving on into the into the grand finals, not the winners finals, the grand finals against M4 Mini, and this is going to be a best of 5 set between the two. Mini with his crazy axe play against Dobrain and his just relentless spear, and I suppose scythe if he brings it back out. All sorts of craziness coming out from everyone this tournament, and now we are at the culmination of everything EU is in this. The spring champion EU Grand Finals coming up right now. So don't even blink.
Don't do it. Just...
Remember your eye drops.
But like you're saying, this is the grand finals. This is the opportunity for Dobrain to re-solidify his spot as the #1 in EU. He is circuit ranked #4. He has 212 circuit points. He's earned is that million? No, that's not million. That's 2,007. I was gonna say like what? $2,700. Still an insane amount of money earned from Dobrain throughout his Brawlhalla career, and he is far from done yet, as even if he goes home second place, he is going home with quite a substantial sum of money. On the other side, he will be going up against M for Mini, the Ulgrim God. He's been playing Ulgrim throughout the tournament. He's been doing so well with it to be sitting in the grand finals. Dobrain's going to have to win 2 best-of-5s in order to win it. Let's get right in it. Dobrain,
but not quite yet.
They're not ready. Man, I was building.
Dobrain, I think Dobrain was looking for a little bit of a break, actually. But I mean, after a set like that, maybe everyone just needs a little bit of time to just cool off.
This is a breather.
Stand up, walk around, stretch your legs, get the blood flowing again. Because when you watch these tournaments, when you play in these tournaments, I mean, you sit down for so long, and then you just gotta get the blood flowing. Stretch a little bit.
Gotta make sure you don't get no blood clots, as those can be very dangerous. I'm pretty sure his heart was pumping, though, throughout that last set. This one, though, this one's going to be intense. Dobrain.
All right, well, he
can
is
pick anyone,
back, it looks like.
And we're going to find out who he picks. And for many, likely will be on that Ulgrim. Let's see who they decide to lock in. Look at that spring championship icon. Look at those butterflies.
I love the animated icons. They look so good. I mean, I think I had the snow brawl snow event animated snowman,
the snowman
portrait. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I had that one on for so long. I had the animated jack-o'-lantern from the Halloween event as well on for just so long, but I can't stay away from the beta thing for too long. I just love having it. So
I just put on the I actually just swapped mine. I had the combo breaker one on for a little while, then I was like, I think it's time to mix it up. I don't even know where you get this like tin hat one, but like that's what I'm repping right now is
tin hat Ulgrim,
the tin hat clan. Shout outs to Straw Hats.
that's a long time.
That's an old school clan, man. Like that is that's showing my age. Back to the Wushang.
Lemons, Joe, Glow.
Glow? What? GLO Glow.
Yeah.
Yo, Forks Clan? JV4. But we are going to be seeing... Dude, PM's still alive, all right? We are seeing Enix Dobrain banning out maps. Twilight. Oh, we're not seeing Mammoth. It's going to be Twilight Grove for game 1 of this grand finals. Again, Dobrain has to win 2 best-of-5s in order to win this out. First best-of-5 will be to knock Mini down to the lower bracket, where they will close out in another best-of-5 if Dobrain can do it. And this is going to be game 1 of a potential 10-game set. Dobrain gets the first
and
weapon.
It starts now, and Dobrain with the gauntlets trying to shut out that weapon. He doesn't want Ulgrim to get either one of those weapons because, I mean, on one hand, you got Axe that covers aerial approaches so well, and then you got Lance, which just, in pure matchup, beats out a lot of what gauntlets can do. But right now, Mini just playing Axe pretty cleanly, building up damage slowly but surely, getting a little hit here, a little hit there, a little hit everywhere. Old Nick Mini had a farm. Axe hit, and that's how it goes.
Downlights coming out from Mini, chasing up with that neutral air. Dobrain, he's going, it is interesting to say that he is going gauntlets into the Lance matchup, as he is one of those people who has said that Lance has the advantage, and he's going to swap on back to the spear. Expect the spear nairs. There it is. 1, 2. Going for a third one, but M for Mini spacing it out. Falling nairs, nice. Sidelight into the neutral air. M for Mini has not dropped that one. Side air into the island. Dobrain close to kill percent. Not going to get caught by the down sig, though. Side sig will connect.
Yeah, that down sig, I mean, it's very easy to get baited into it because, I mean, like any other sig, you just kind of expect it to come out and then go away. And then you have to deal with the recovery frames. But no, in that case, you can just hold it down and let it ride for as long as you need it to. And Doughbrain was ready to punish, but Mini just turned it around. But now Doughbrain trying to get the ground pound off the side. Mini trying to find a way back onto the stage, but he's having such a hard time because those vertical lance recoveries are so easy to read out because it's really the only vertical recovery that they have. And
he's
now
still touched. I thought he didn't have a jump after that. Sorry to interrupt. Doughbrain, though, he needs this finishing blow. You're seeing the downlight goes for a sidelight, not a chase dodge recovery. Nice neutral sig, another one. Oh, the interrupt with the side air.
And the weapon throw bonks him on the head, and that is it for his first stock. Mini looking really good right now against Doughbrain as Doughbrain tries to get a lot of this gauntlet spear to work against this Ogrim pick, but ooh, the neutral air is coming out, building up a lot of damage.
Nice falling there from Doughbrain.
It seems like a lot of what we see from Doughbrain right now is these triple jump.
Oh, the dare!
Neutralize
the weapon toss!
Dare. Can he get back?
It forced the dodge too early. Doughbrain was not able to get the jumps that he needed as that weapon toss was so massive. Doughbrain couldn't get the precise timing due to the fact that he was in the magnifying glass, and that is going to be the second stock going the way for M for Mini. Nice dodging out from M for Mini.
Mini right now building up a lot of damage on the Doughbrain. Doughbrain in his last stock and already, oh, just barely below. I mean, the damage is just almost as even as it can be between these two players right now, but Doughbrain is finally turning the stock around for him, and Mini is getting to the point where its signature move could confirm a kill, especially right through that little island pocket.
Oh, neutral sig connects. Doughbrain running out of room in his health. Able to avoid the downward weapon toss from M for Mini. The neutral sig off the island is not going to kill. Not gonna hit. M for Mini, great dodging, gets past recovery. One will not be enough. Doughbrain backs up, wants to deny. But M for Mini with a downlight recovery, he's got potential here. Nice pogo.
It was a very smart move on Doughbrain's part earlier to just use the recovery. And there it is, the recovery to get the kill. 1-1. Mini has the lead. So it's not too far to say that, ooh, that recovery could have killed. Mini looking for a kill option right now. He's got Lance. He's got so many signature moves. The side sig is gonna do it. Side signature confirming the kill, and there it goes. First game for Mini. Only 2 more to go, and Mini takes the set and the tournament for EU side of things. Doughbrain has a ways to go to get this back. And now, what?
What? I didn't get to see the character swap. It's going to be a Barasa. This is very, very old school, as Doughbrain has not played Barasa in an incredibly long time. I'm trying to think back the last time I saw Doughbrain's Barasa, and I almost want to say it was before BCX.
I would tend to agree, because before BCX was before Scythe, and once Scythe came out, Doughbrain spent a lot of his time working on Scythe, getting that to work, and he spent a lot of time playing Mirage, Nyx, and Mordex when he came out, and now
the love child of Mordex and Olgrim. But he's got the guns in hand. Doughbrain, we've seen him play these guns so well. Back when he had the Ada, when he had the Nyx, he's been able to warm up his gunplay. And Axe, I've said it before, it's a strong option against Lance, especially if they're playing very floaty. But M for Mini has a very grounded Lance that makes it very difficult to utilize those downlights to punish. Instead, Doughbrain with these gunplay, the chase dodge side light. Oh, but a side air from M for Mini. Doughbrain will be able to get back safely.
Right now, the damage is pretty even right now. Both players in the orange. Mini finding a side air.
Oh, and, nice recovery.
Wait,
Doughbrain's in trouble, doesn't have jumps.
He got caught out twice in the air after using an aerial option, and that was it. That recovery at just the right angle caused that kill to happen. That was exactly what Mini needed. Now Mini is just doing a lot of work with Lance. Lance, a very strong weapon right now. Deals a lot of damage, has a lot of good momentous options that allow him to move around, and he's just catching Doughbrain with everything.
Oh,
right now.
nice punish. Dobrain gets disarmed. The side heavy immediately from M for Mini. Down to the shenanigans. Dobrain back up. Got the guns in hand. Might be looking for the opportunity for the down signature. There's the throw, but M for Mini with the punish. Recovery picks up. M for Mini's high, but the Ulgrim defense is too much.
And now Dobrain, he's going to be trying to cover that weapon, but it's not going to work. Mini finds the hole and takes it. And there it is. Mini still on his first stock. Dobrain, last stock. Mini's looking incredibly strong right now. This Lance play coming out. Who knew Ulgrim was MLG nowadays?
Ulgrim top tier. Apparently side airs from Dobrain. Chasing down the side air from M for Mini. Goes for the tech chase, but the recovery picks up from Dobrain. He's gonna go without getting 3-stocked at the very least. He is very damaged though. Sidelight, downlight's coming out.
I mean, even if Mini eats it in this stock, I mean, he's got so much room to work with on building up damage on the Dobrain that it doesn't even matter. It's all about making the full use of the stock as if you can. Like at the very minimum, just getting him to red. But right now, Dobrain is using his movement options perfectly, and there's a sidelight coming out from both players.
Dodging under. Nice sidelight, downlight pickup just at the top of that sidelight hitbox.
And now, Dobrain right now looking for the sidelight. Both players looking for sidelights. And we've been seeing a lot of sidelights, down airs, and neutral lights. I mean, they're both in the red, so, you know, theoretically, there's a side air.
Watch the
Dobrain's off on the side. This could be it. The recovery.
He got the touch.
He has the recovery options. He can float back to stage.
Oh, the down sig
for the kill! Off the top. Dobrain getting taken out by Mini. Mini takes game 2. Can this happen? He's about to take this tournament.
M for Mini, 1 game away from taking down Dobrain, closing out the set, closing out the finals, as Dobrain back to Bryn now. He's found something with this axe, and that's why he's swapping over to the Bryn for the axe play. He had the spear practice. He's got those falling nairs. This is going to be an interesting option. Dobrain, last chance for him to try to climb back into this, but he's going to have to win 3 games in a row to win this set, to get the reset, to go to another best of 5. Otherwise, M for Mini will be the Spring Championship EU champion.
You know, with the momentum he's taking into all these games, it's starting to look like it already off the bat. 4 consecutive hits before Dobrain can even touch a weapon spawn. And now getting even more, another sidelight into downlight combo. And
but a nice down air into a downlight from Dobrain. Immediately takes the side sig to the face. He's got the spear falling there.
Mini right now trying to look for another opening, but Dobrain with that spear, we saw what he can do. He covers his hurtbox very well with that neutral air. So he's just trying to catch Mini out, build up a little damage, and get some side air strings like we've seen in the past from him. Mini right now just trying to cover it. Not able to connect the side sig.
But M for Mini has quite a significant damage lead. The side air will take down the first stock, and M for Mini is looking so strong in this game 3 of the grand finals.
Mini right now dealing a lot of damage with the lance. Dobrain looking for the right moment to punish, though. He's getting a lot of damage back off onto Mini. He's almost got Mini in the red, which is very easily kill potential for Bryn. And now with that axe looking for a side air, it looks like looking for those floating side airs. Oh, one comes out. The side light to down light.
Mini on the island. Picking up that jump side air. Dobrain backs up, not even going to go for the dare attempt. Instead, wants to bounce him off the island. And for Mini with the sidelight reset, there's the sidelight downlight from Dobrain again. Jump nair, not going to connect. And for Mini dodging out of the kill options from Dobrain. At this point, it's going to be a sidelight downlight probably to kill. Nope, it's going to be a side air. Back to the spear, but he's taken so much damage.
Dobrain right now doing the best that he can to keep this damage going, but he's losing momentum right now against Mini as Mini just throws out so many hard-hitting moves.
Oh, the side stick connects!
Tipping
Just high
right
enough.
at the end. Dobrain taking out, this is his last stock. He needs to extend this as much as possible and survive. He needs to two-stock Mini right now in order to just stay alive in this tournament. But Mini right now is looking just so strong on Olgrim.
Dobrain dodging around, trying to bait Mini into an attack so that he can punish and start building up this damage. He needs more sidelight downlights. He needs this damage to start chopping away at Mini, but Mini's just doing such a great job. There you see the downlight side, or the sidelight downlight. Dodging through, get it down air. But Mini with these jump nairs. Sidelight downlight.
Right now, Dobrain is playing so safe. He's getting so much damage off, and it's really everything he could be wanting right now in terms of just making the most out of this stock. But right now, Mini's starting to turn things around, getting a large portion of damage onto Dobrain, getting a lot of that damage out. And right now, Mini trying to get back on the stage with Dobrain doing the best that he can to try to keep Mini off onto the side. Edgeguard situation for Mini.
Oh,
but
Dobrain
missed the throw. This could be it. Oh, but the side.
Oh, went for the
was not
pivot
off
there.
stage and he missed it.
Falling Nair to interrupt that neutral heavy. He's going for the uppercut. M for Mini knows how damaged Dobrain is. M for Mini's still not dead. The harpoon toss is not going to hit. The recovery will, but Dobrain has to play the stock perfectly. He's got to hit every single sidelight, downlight that he can.
He's he's already in the red, so there's not much left he can make it with this stock. And especially with the damage coming out from Mini, he's got a lot on the line here. This is the entire tournament. Mini about to take this.
There is a soft platform.
Dobrain stuck on the wall. Oh, Mini.
The
Getting
side
the
air
sidelight.
connects.
Is that it?
All he needs is one. The down air will be it. M for Mini is the spring champion of EU. He has taken down Dobrain. He's taken down Flamethrower. He's taken down everyone else in the bracket. And you're welcome to look at it by typing !bracket in chat. I don't know all of them. Frone, give me the rundown. Who'd he beat?
Who didn't he beat is the better question. I mean, he pretty much won every single round that he faced off, and I believe he beat Flamethrower. He beat he beat Addy Mestic. Huge names there. I mean, he beat Lands. We saw him take that down. He beat Effie. All of these huge names.
Well,
I mean, Mini for sure earned the spot at the top, hands down, no questions asked.
He's put Olgrim on the map. He's done it in ways that very few players have ever been able to do. M for Mini will be the EU 1v1 spring champion, taking down many former EU champions. M for Mini is the winner. Dobrain takes second place. Flamethrower will be the third placer of this tournament. But coming up next, we've got NA 1v1. I'm not sure where we are in that bracket, but we will be taking a short little break, and when we come back, we'll have the answer. It'll probably be like top 32 or something like that. NA 1v1. Stick around. Plenty more 1v1 action for this spring championship tournament.
Custom.